Welcome one, welcome all. I got to tell you, I'm going to start off the show today saying that, last night was a good night, but I'm feeling it today. It's one of those things where, they always say, don't go out on a school night. But last night, Wednesday Night Live, was a big success. Oh, my God, they had so many people there in the Wisconsin State Fair Park last night. So this morning, it wasn't like it was a late night or anything like that. It wasn't like it was past, midnight or 1 or something. But man, it was cigars and some beverages and a lot of people last night. I mean, you couldn't walk. It was just a great evening. People were back out gathering last night. Cherry pie was absolutely fantastic. So what a great start to the summer season, if you will, with outdoor concerts and venues opening back up. But they had to have, oh my goodness, they had to have 4,000 people there last night. Easy. It was packed. The capacity was somewhat limited because State Fair Park is doing some construction on the main plaza area. So it kind of squeezed everybody, took about 1,000 spaces and squeezed everybody together. But what a great time. It was so much fun last night. Great to open up the Budweiser Pavilion at the Wisconsin State Fair Park. Huge, the biggest stage venue short of the amphitheater there. And it was rocking. It was rocking. If you want to see the pictures from last evening and maybe even hear a little bit of the audio, all you got to do is go to facebook.com/The Bill Michaels Show, facebook.com/The Bill Michaels Show, and you can check it out. Also, I just retweeted it, but we had a really, really good discussion last night with Leanne Hawk, who is the owner and director of, or the owner and general manager of the Budweiser Pavilion, but also Kathleen O'Leary, the executive director of the Wisconsin State Fair, about everything fair related. And because they still have to follow different guidelines for certain things. So anyway, long story short, it was really, really good. So if you want to watch that, all you got to do is go to the link or YouTube, go to youtube.com and just search Bill Michaels. Please subscribe. And so many of you did yesterday. Thank you so much. But please subscribe over on the YouTube channel. And you can rewatch that video, the happy hour live stream from yesterday. So we start today with your level of confidence. That's what today is. Your level of confidence in two areas. Your level of confidence in two areas. One, your level of confidence the Milwaukee Bucks get a win tonight before a sold-out Fiserv Forum. Your level of confidence that the Milwaukee Bucks get a win tonight at a sold-out Fiserv Forum. That's one. Number two is your level of confidence that Aaron Rodgers will be under center for the Green Bay Packers come training camp. Come training camp. Your level of confidence today, that's where we're at, level of confidence today. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Give us a shout. We would love to hear from you, but 877-867-1670. As your level of confidence that the Bucs get a win tonight and Aaron Rodgers is under center during training camp. Come training camp time. The Bucs need to get the job done tonight. I was listening to Ebo's show this morning, and they had mentioned the fact that 90% of Kevin Durant's shooting has been contested, and he's shooting 50% beyond the arc. So contested, yes. I don't know what the specifics are for the word contested. I don't know if that it says that somebody needs to be in the area. Somebody's got a hand in his face, body to body. I mean, I don't know what the level of quote contested is, but he is playing at an incredible level, and Giannis needs to do better. And again, for what I talked about yesterday is if Kevin Durant's going to score 30, Giannis has got to put up 40. I mean, that's the way it is. Giannis has been in this series offensively inept, and not the leader you would want him to be. Needs to be better. Our buddy Rick over in the Bud Light live stream, if you want to follow us there, Rick, appreciate it. Follow us simply on Twitter, at Bill_Michaels, The link is there. You can follow on the Facebook fan page. Go to facebook.com/The Bill Michaels Show. You can follow on YouTube as well. Go to YouTube or Twitch TV. Download the app of Twitch. But YouTube, just simply follow at Bill Michaels, and please subscribe. Thank you so much for doing so. Rick on the Bud Light live stream says Bucks win 80%. Aaron Rodgers training camp 50-50 on day one. Bupkis, when it comes to level of confidence on both, that's Bad Pooter. Bad Pooter says confidence level, And who else we have? Kingdom 1623 said, I'm off today. I'm going to be watching a show all afternoon. Kingdom 1623, you're the man. If indeed you are a man, who knows? Rodgers traded week 2 following a 2-0 start. Bad Pooter says, and Aaron says, what trade targets do the Brewers go after to replace Travis Shaw? I think Kyle Seager would be an option. That's a great question. I was going to get into that, but what a deflating blow last night. How many times have we seen somebody dive and only to screw up a shoulder? Jimmy Nelson did it. Now Travis Shaw dislocates his shoulder. What a tough break for him last night. God, it just took the wind out of your sails. It just did. Sam over on Twitter at Bill_Michael says, Bucks, I don't think Giannis can let them loose tonight or get them loose tonight. He has to be the superstar to take over at this point. And will the team do the win? If not, oh boy, it's trouble for the team and for Bud. A-Rod under center, I think, is better than 50%. I feel his legacy. Number 2 means too much to him. It feels legacy means too much to him for not to show up. If Jones is right and it's not about the money or Goody being fired, then it's fixable. He needs assurance he has a seat at the table like the NBA superstars or Tom Brady does. But see, here's my problem. If it's that simple, then why haven't they fixed this? And why is Adam Schefter reporting that Aaron Rodgers' resolve is stronger than ever not to come back to the Packers? I'm with a lot of you now. I don't know what side of this to believe. That's the quandary here. You hear James Jones, who says he's talked to him numerous times. As a matter of fact, I texted James this morning, and I've not heard back from him yet. But you hear James tell him, hey, I've talked to Aaron numerous times. I don't want to divulge what the problems are from our conversation, but this is fixable in my opinion. It's not about the money. It's not about getting Goody fired. Okay? Well, if that's not the case, then what is it? And if it's truly not about money and it's fixable, then why hasn't it been fixed? Because these are valuable snaps that Aaron Rodgers is missing right now with kind of getting his timing and trust, not necessarily with Devontae Adams, but with Funchess, a guy that never even played last year and really hasn't played in more than a year and a half. And Amari Rodgers, his newest wide receiver, kind of going over things, seeing things, talking to guys with Equanimeous St. Brown, Alan Lazard, Marquez Scantling, working with A.J. Dillon because he's got to become a better blocker, and as far as blitz pickup goes, he's going to see more reps and more carries this year. So it's why is this not fixable? Why is this not fixable? Paul says Bucks getting a win. 95% of me believes it. Aaron Rodgers under center. 75%. 877-867-1670. Now, on the opposite side of all of this, the good news is that Jordan Love is getting a lot of these looks. He's working with the ones. And whether it's in pads or in a game or in this, I mean, it's good for him to get this. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is sitting at home so he can say, hey, Jordan, you take the lion's share of the snaps. I'll tell you that, as some have suggested. But it's good that Jordan Love is being able to show what he's got. Because should he need to be used, then he's got to come in and have confidence of the guys around him. And if you take the guys at their word and what you're seeing out of camp right now, his day one was not good. His day two yesterday was better. So we'll see. But at least some, which is good news. 877-867-1670. You got Freddie Peralta on the hill today for the Brewers. 6-1 with that 2.25 ERA going up against Luis Castillo with that 6.63 ERA and a 2-8 record. The Brewers right now, after yesterday's loss, they go back a half game in the standings. Cubs getting a win, Brewers taking a loss. So the Cubs 35-27, the Brewers 34-27, a half game back. Second in the Central, still 2.5 games better than St. Louis, and 4 games better than Cincinnati, 10.5 games better than Pittsburgh. Brewers come back home and face Colorado on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday in that series. But they have the day game against the Reds today. Day game against the Reds today. And by the way, the weather at Great American Ballpark later on this afternoon, not good. They've got a chance of showers and thunderstorms all throughout the day today, 50-50. A high today of about 80. So there you go. 877-867-1670. Hit us up. Give me today is your level of confidence day. What is your level of confidence percentage-wise in the Bucks getting a win? What is your level of confidence percentage-wise that Aaron Rodgers will be under center during training camp? Think about that. Hit us up. This one comes to us from Mark. Mark says, Unit, love the show. Love the broadcast last night. I was trying to think what the hell he was talking about. And then I realized we had the happy hour live stream. Great to get all the information about State Fair, and it's great to see that these young kids are going to be able to come back and show their farm animals as well. It means a lot of money to their communities. It means a lot of money to their scholarship funds. Great to see things getting back to normal. Question for you, if Aaron Rodgers, and I just asked this, situation is fixable, as James Jones has said, then why haven't the Bucks, well, I think he meant Packers, why haven't the Bucks fixed things? And the Bucks got a win tonight against the Brooklyn Nets. Why haven't the Packers fixed things? The $1 million question is either there's got to be some level of, I think there's a deep level of mistrust that even if the Packers came to Aaron Rodgers and said, hey, you know what, we'll do this, that Rodgers is like, yeah, you've told me that before. I mean, I don't know what's going to fix it. Actions speak louder than words. I don't know if it's just something as simple as saying, we're going to give you the guaranteed contract you want. From what we've heard is the Packers have told Aaron, we'll give you whatever you want. But I'll say this, and this was a good point for Randy. Randy just says, what if the Packers are just holding out long enough to see if Jordan Love is actually the real deal? I think that's stupid. I really do. I think that's stupid. If you're doing that, all you're doing is telling Aaron, yeah, we love you. And in the meantime, you're looking in the opposite direction going, yeah. Just be quiet a minute. I want to see what this guy does. Oh, what a great throw. Okay, well, maybe we don't want you back as bad. That you don't do that. You don't put people on a leash like that. Not when you're talking about star players. You don't do that. You're either dealing with them or you're not. And if this is fixable, then maybe the Packers just aren't doing enough to fix it. My opinion. Because otherwise you would. I mean, if you really wanted them back, you'd get this thing done. This would be done and over with. 877-867-1670. Stay tuned. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up next.
Covering Wisconsin sports like a blanket. This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Welcome back. Glad to have you. Hey, this portion of the program brought to you by our good friends over there at Quick Trip. They are the official fuel provider of the Bill Michaels Sports Talk Network and the brand new big unit cruiser. It made its debut last night to a lot of positive comments. I didn't get a chance because State Fair Park is redoing a lot of the roadway, as we saw last night and during the happy hour live stream. They're doing a lot of the roadway resurfacing, and they just got done paving it with the asphalt. And the RV is too heavy to put on the brand new asphalt through the main area there, through the main square. So we didn't get a chance to park it right out front. It was parked right behind the Bud Pavilion last night, but a lot of people really liking it, stopping by and saying hello. So great to have people come by and see the brand new Cunis RV big unit cruiser. Go to CunisRV.com. That's Cunis, Kunes, CunisRV.com. If you're, by the way, great to hear that people are renting from Cunis as well, specifically for our trip to Road America. Had quite a few of you that have won prizes, the prize package, or you're going with friends via the prize package to get your campsite, and you guys are all, and guys and girls for that matter, are renting RVs from Cunis. So that's awesome. That's awesome. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. So the question regarding the Bucs, now today is your level of confidence day. What is your confidence the Bucs are going to win tonight? What is your level of confidence Aaron Rodgers is under center for the Bucs when training camp is upon us? So what is your level of confidence? What is your level of confidence that they are that they get a win and that they are that Aaron Rodgers is under center? 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Hit us up. Want to hear from you. So the question is, and I just had this posed to me, so if say the Bucs lose, and if they lose, we know it's pretty much done, right? You've got Chris Middleton under the Bird exception, and that's what he had signed under. His cap hit is $33 million. He outmakes Giannis at this point, just an FYI, when it comes to salary. So Chris Middleton this year is $33 million. $33 million. Okay? You with me so far? Chris Middleton next year, now get this, will make $35 freaking million. 2022-23 will make $38 million. And in 2023-24, he will make $40.3 million. I'm not kidding. Those are the real numbers for Chris Middleton. Now, the question is, if they falter, meaning the Bucs, will they move on from Middleton? The answer, no way. And I don't mean in the sense that, oh my God, you got to keep him. I mean it in the sense of why? If you are any team, are you looking to take on that much salary for average, maybe a little bit above average, but up and down performance? Why? Why would you want to take on that? That is, we don't even think, we look at contracts for quarterbacks in the National Football League and go, oh my God. Nobody thinks about the contracts and the money being made in the NBA. I mean, unless you really follow the NBA. Nobody even thinks about that. Like Giannis this year is making $27.5 million. Now, that for Giannis, is good money. Obviously, it's good money for anybody. But don't forget, he gets paid over $20 million a year from Nike for his shoe rights. So, in his contract extension next year, he'll make 30, almost 40, 42, 45, 48, and 2025, 2026, Giannis will make $52 million that season. $52 million that season. That is crazy money. That is crazy money. So to answer your question, there's no way they move on from Middleton. And the Nets 115-107 game one victory. Kevin Durant made 12 of 25. He attempted scored 29 points in 40 minutes. In the Nets' 125-86 win, Durant was 12 of 18, dropped 32 in 32 minutes. He did not play a minute of the fourth quarter. And the Nets scored 137.3 points per 100 possessions before the Nets coach Steve Nash pulled the starters for good. The Bucks don't have a defensive answer for Kevin Durant. Giannis, the defensive player of the year, who was specifically put on Durant to hamper him, hasn't done jack. Hasn't done jack. Nada. Bucks tonight. If you are a betting man, Ben Kenny producing the show, ladies and gentlemen. Ben, what do you, if you're placing your house tonight via a bet, who are you betting on?
I think the Nets are 3.5-point underdogs. My money would go on them.
I would wholeheartedly take that. I'll take the Nets just to flat out win. That's it. I'll take the Nets to flat out win. What I saw was a team that quit. What I saw was a leader that didn't have any leadership. What I saw was a coach played as basically through his played as. I have zero confidence that the Bucks going to win tonight. Zero confidence. When we talk about percentages today, level of confidence today, nada. Zero confidence that the Bucks going to win tonight. What you tell me, Ben? What has to happen for the Bucks to win?
Well, first they have to shoot the lights out. We saw them not shoot well in Brooklyn. But most importantly, Giannis has to take over on offense and defense, and he has to be the heart of the team. Like, we can't see the team just quit when they get down. So on both ends, Giannis has to take over the game.
100%. If Giannis doesn't look himself in the mirror today before he leaves for the arena and says to himself, I'm going to be the nastiest badass I can possibly be, then they don't have a shot at winning. Not a shot. He needs to man up. He needs to badass up today. He needs to mean mug and mean it today. And if he doesn't, they don't have a shot at it. Not a shot. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. If you want to hit us up, go ahead and do so. That's the phone number. Twitter @Bill_Michaels, @Bill_Michaels. You can find us over on Facebook, facebook.com/The Bill Michaels Show. On YouTube and on Twitch, simply Bill Michaels. Want to find all the links? Go to thebillmichaels.com, thebillmichaels.com. Stay tuned. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up next. Ready?
This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
It's finally summer, Gina Della from Pella. You know what that means.
For sure, Mark Chimura. Can you believe it? In just a few months, chilly winds will be sneaking through leaky windows and doors.
But Gina, it's summer. Time for cookouts, golfing, and heading to the beach.
Exactly my point, Chewy. Sure, you and your friends are getting outside, enjoying warm sunshine and fresh air. But if you want to host game day Packers parties in comfort this fall, you've got to call Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin now.
Gina, I already have energy-efficient Pella windows, but you seem to be on a roll, so...
Depending on the style and materials you choose, you could upgrade your home with Pella windows in as little as 8 weeks.
Bring it home, Gina.
And right now, you can choose 40% off installation or 6-year no-interest financing.
That's into 2027.
You're not kidding. Just order by June 30th. Set your free consultation now at PellaWI.com/radio or 855-PELLA-WI.
Certain restrictions apply. See showroom for details. Bill Michaels will resume in 5 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 4 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Welcome back. Glad to have you. The Bill Michaels Show continues on. Hopefully you're enjoying your day on this Thursday, warm Thursday. I'll say this, we need rain. I love warm weather. I love great sunshine. I love all of that, and it has been fantastic. And not that I want it to rain on the weekend, but we need rain. It's now getting to the point where I don't know what it's like in your area. I know the northern portion of the state got quite a bit of rain about a week ago. I don't know what it's been like since, but I know down here in the southern portion of the state, it's now getting to the point where they're putting out high fire hazard warnings and such. The backyard burning, the fire pits. If you don't have a legitimate fire pit ring or a fire pit housing unit that they're now telling you, yeah, you may not want to be doing that anymore, that it's getting that bad. I know I was out back last night when I got back from Wednesday Night Live. I went outside and I was out back with Elmo, my dog Elmo, and the grass is kind of crunchy. It's that dried out, so it's getting pretty bad. We could. I hope it doesn't rain next weekend. Next weekend, obviously, the IndyCar races are coming to town. I would love to see, maybe a little rain over this weekend, early in the week next week, and then, nice and sunny for all the time trials and such for the IndyCar races coming up. But, yeah, we could use some rain. I don't know about you, but in the area in which I live, yeah, it's getting pretty dry. When your grass is crunching under your feet, it's getting dry. Oh, speaking of that, Dave says, hey, Bill, first time at Road America on the 18th. We're going to be looking for you and hope it doesn't rain. By all means, I'll even post where we're at, and we'll take a picture of it. So follow us on the Bud Light live stream on the Facebook fan page and on Twitter. And I found out, by the way, for those that were asking where the show is going to be on Friday, if you're going to be there, next Friday, not tomorrow, but next Friday, the show is going to be from Victory Lane and the new media center they just built at Victory Lane. That's what we're going to broadcast out of. And that's a really cool venue too. So I'm really looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun. 877-867-1670. You can hit us up and give us a call if you choose to do so. Steve says, do you know if the campsites at Road America have electricity? I don't know. I don't think so. If down in the by the Johnsonville Bridge, for those that are familiar with Road America, if you are down near that Johnsonville Bridge, I don't think there are electrical outlets down there. Call me crazy, but I don't think there are. I don't think there are. So I just an FYI. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Are you kidding me, Marv? Seriously? On the Bud Light live stream, Marv says, I am so bummed. I won one of the packages, and all of my buddies canceled, so I had to return the tickets. Really? Well, they'll go to good use. I know that. Without a doubt. But, man, that's depressing. I'd have to find new friends if I were you. Not just me, but if I were you, I'd find new friends. Yeah, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the campsites, which are, there's the Snap-on Tools Bridge, which is down near the carousel. And then there's all kinds of camping down in that area. I'm not quite sure, to be honest with you. I don't know if there's electrical outlets down there. That's a great question. I don't know. You would have to find. But I know, look, RRV has a generator. I'm bringing an additional generator with me just in case. So we'll see. We'll see. 877-867-1670. Today is a confidence day. What is your level of confidence in the Milwaukee Bucks getting a win tonight? What is your level of confidence Aaron Rodgers will be under center for the Green Bay Packers at training camp? 877-867-1670. Marcus writes, hey, Bill, great show. Cannot wait to see you guys at Road America. I did not want to package, but my fan Bucks tonight. Giannis looked whipped in that last game the other night and doesn't look like he has any confidence at all. So if he doesn't have confidence, I don't have confidence. Sign Marcus. Marcus, appreciate the email. And by the way, Marcus listening to us on our mighty affiliate at ESPN in Wausau, 98.9 and 12:30. So Marcus, you the man. We are getting there on Thursday night. Going to be driving overnight from up in Rice Lake. So Thursday night to do the broadcast there on Friday. To do the broadcast at Road America on Friday. And then I'll be there Friday night, Saturday night, and into Sunday for the race. So be a good time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. You know, the weird thing is you got to do grocery shopping too. You got to do grocery shopping for your campsite, your RV, what have you. You know, you got to think of all the things you would take with you for 3 or 4 days. How much stuff do you go through in 3 or 4 days? You think about going through water, beverages, we'll say adult beverages. You think about snacks. You think about healthy things if you're that way. I'm thinking about taking my bike with me and pedaling around that place too, because that's a great venue to do that. Get a workout in. And then I think the stuff roll out, the brats, the burgers, hot dogs, all the condiments that go along with it. We're gonna feed you on that race day with that big tailgate party. But you think about all the stuff you got to take with you. Lucas, by the way, go Pack Go. He's listening to us and watching the program on YouTube in Argentina. And Lucas says, by the way, I camped with some friends in 2016 near the carousel. I don't recall any electrical outlets being there. And I agree with you. I don't think there are. John says, I have more confidence in Rodgers being back under center than the Bucs winning, but that's not saying much. So our buddy and producer Ben Kenny got a couple of polls up over on his Twitter account. Ben, where are we sitting right now on the polls?
So the Packer returns are really interesting. The question is, what is your level of confidence in Aaron Rodgers starting week 1 under center for the Packers? 33% say they feel pretty confident. 25% say he will be back 100%. 25% say there's an outside shot, and only 15% say absolutely no confidence.
Really? Okay. Zero confidence that Aaron Rodgers will be back under center. That's disappointing. I'm still holding out extreme hope that he is back. I'm hanging on to like grim death. I'm hanging on to that he is going to be back and he'll be under center for the Packers. I'm just crossing my fingers it actually comes to fruition. We'll wait and see. But what is your level of confidence in a Bucs win tonight?
I think they have an outside chance. That's what the poll says too. 60% say Milwaukee has an outside chance to win tonight. They do have a chance. I'm not going to say they're dead and they're not going to win, but I'm not confident in a victory.
Yeah, I'm not too fired up about it either, to be honest with you. I'm extremely skeptical would be the best way I could possibly put it. Extremely skeptical. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. This comes from Lucas. He says, one more piece of advice, Road America, massive venue. Taking your bike or a golf cart is a very good idea. Otherwise, you're going to walk under the sun and the moon, and it might get ugly for you. I've said that all along. They actually rent golf carts. So I would be calling up there now and seeing if you can't rent a golf cart. Because it is it's not an easy venue to get around. It's a lot of walking. And unless, of course, you just want to get to your campsite and just hang out. But there's some good bars up there, too. They've got 2 bars. One is the Gear something or other right in the middle of the infield. I can't remember what the name of it is. I'll have to look it up. But it's right in the middle of the infield. And that is kind of where everybody goes. It's over there by Victory Lane. And in that sense, that's where everybody kind of goes and gets their food and such. There's a brand new venue that they just built. It used to be St. John's. The St. John's, it was a concession stand. They just rebuilt that completely. But then there's a bar. It's like Bell's. I think it's called Bell's. It's up on the hill that overlooks the carousel. And right there, it overlooks the go-kart track, too. Right there, they actually have bands and stuff on the weekends. And, I mean, it's a party over there. So heading to Road America, there's a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff. 877, yeah, it's St. John's Baptist, which is the one they just rebuilt. And then there's what is it? Oh, God. What is the one right there? It's the Gearbox. The Gearbox, that's what it is. The Gearbox. And then they call it Truck Shack Barbecue. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. What am I looking for? Pearls. It's not Bells. It's called Pearls. Pearls on the Hill. That's what it is. Thank you very much for all of you Road America fans. It's going to be good. I know I'm getting kind of off the beaten path here, but I apologize. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. You want to hit us up, feel free to go ahead and do so. 877-867-1670. More of the Bill Michaels Show right after this.
This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Welcome back. Your level of confidence. That's where we are today. How confident are we today? How confident are we? Aaron Rodgers is under center in training camp at some point for the Green Bay Packers. How confident are we that tonight The Milwaukee Bucks bounce back from that humiliating, embarrassing ass kicking they took the other night at the hands of the Brooklyn Nets. How confident are we? Brewers baseball today, a day game as they get out of Cincinnati after they scarf down some Skyline chili and hopefully suck up a win in the Queen City. So that coming up later on. Tough day yesterday with losing Travis Shaw to that dislocated shoulder. So now you just kind of wait and see what the next move is, the corresponding move is going to be, and if there's going to be a trade that's going to be made at some point. I don't see Travis Shaw coming back until late this year, if at all, from a separated shoulder. I mean, we only for the fact of if it's one thing, to catch a ball or to throw or what have you, it's another thing to swing a bat. So I don't think he's going to be back, but that's just between you and I. And we'll find out more today after the MRIs and such. Aaron says, just a thought, could the Packers be showcasing Love during the OTAs and minicamp to improve his trade value? Just a thought. There has been this small thought that if Aaron Rodgers stayed away, Jordan Love would get a large lion's share of the snaps. And then if indeed he looked as if he was kind of going to perform well, that part of the appeasing of Aaron Rodgers would be to just get rid of Jordan Love. See, but here's my thought, Aaron. If Aaron Rodgers is true to his word, okay, and he usually, for what he says, he's dead on. If he's true to his word in the sense that it's not about Jordan, he loves Jordan, then I can't imagine that he would demand Jordan Love be sent out of town. I can't fathom that. If it's not about getting the GM fired, it's not about money, and he's true to his word that it's not about Jordan, the draft pick, that Jordan Love is a great guy and he loves Jordan. It's more about the pick itself, the way it went down and why it went down, than it is about Jordan the person. Because he knows as well as anybody, better than anybody, that you cannot control what team picks you in the draft. Jordan Love just is a name attached to a draft pick. That's it. But he represents something different to Aaron Rodgers. Jordan Love the person, he doesn't mean a damn thing. The draft choice, the pick itself does. So I can't imagine Aaron Rodgers saying, you got to get rid of Jordan Love. Otherwise, I would assume that the Packers might have started to float that idea out there, and somebody, some team, some agent somewhere would have said, hey, Jordan Love's on the trade market, and we would have heard about it by now. I think it's just the opposite. I think the Packers are hanging on to Jordan Love like grim death because there's a really good shot that Aaron Rodgers may say, screw you, I'm not coming back. But good question. This one's from Randy. Randy says, hey guys, what do you think about the Packers packaging up Jordan Love and Aaron Rodgers and shipping them off to Seattle to then get Russell Wilson and bring him back? Slim to none. And I think Slim is pretty much out of the building. Out of the building. I don't think that's going to happen at all. Just my sense, but I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think that first of all, Seattle, while maybe they would, John Schneider would possibly listen, I think they're happy with Russell Wilson, and I don't think you're going to ask two quarterbacks to change systems last minute and hope that these teams go to Super Bowls. I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening. Coming up the next hour, we are going to hear from numerous numerous guys. We're going to hear from Billy Turner, the right tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Going to hear from wide receiver Devin Funchess. A little bit of him. There's Darnell Savage Jr. We got a lot more players and coaches to listen to today as well. So we got all that coming up. We're also going to talk today to Dario Melendez. You see Dario on Bally Sports. He is pre and post for the Brewers. He does some stuff regarding the Bucks as well. So we're going to talk to Dario Melendez about both the Brewers and the Bucks and the impact of Travis Shaw's injury to this Brewers team. And we'll get his thoughts on all of that. That's coming up a little bit later on today. So a lot of good stuff still happening today on the program. And today is a confidence day. Today's a confidence day. So we'll see what your confidence level is. If you want to hit us up on the poll question, if you want to just give us a shout. But what is your level of confidence the Bucks going to win tonight, bounce back from the butt kicking they took from the Nets the other night? And what is your level of confidence Aaron Rodgers is actually under center in training camp for your Green Bay Packers? So that is all coming up today. Got 1 hour down. We got 3 hours yet to go. Hey, I want to remind you that a lot of our on-site stuff is brought to you by our good friends at Kunis RV. Go to kunisrv.com. Road, track, and trail. And this is another thing. Look, if you're looking for an ATV, a UTV, anything like that, maybe even a possible rental, the trail, road, trail, and a lot of UTVs, side-by-sides, four-seaters, all that kind of good stuff. We're actually getting our side-by-side for Road America from them. But go to roadtrackandtrail.com. That's roadtrackandtrail.com, the world's largest supplier of power sports. Roadtrackandtrail.com. And we are powered by Quick Trip. Don't forget about our good friends at Quick Trip, the official convenience store and fuel provider of the Bill Michaels Sports Talk Network. More of the Bill Michaels Show, and it's all coming up next. Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Bill Michaels Show. Continuing, and we are on this Thursday, June 10th, a dry June 10th, a warm June 10th. I personally love it, but I know that the farmers are now going, man, we need some rain. And we know what agricultural aspects mean in this state. So, man, man, we could maybe do a little rain dance. Did you see in Utah that they are actually there? I think it's their governor. Now that's obviously Utah, Mormons, very religious state. Did you see that they are now on the weekend gathering as a state in group prayer for rain? The governor went in and asked those of religious beliefs to pray for rain because they are so dry there. So I thought that was interesting. I thought that was interesting that a governor of a state is because they always talk about the separation of church and state, and instead the governor's coming out going, "Nah, baby, nah, man, we'll take anything at this point. Let's throw up a few prayers and do this." Because they are that dry. We're dry here in the southern portion of Wisconsin. I love warm weather. I love sunny skies. I love blue skies. I love grilling out. I love enjoying my backyard. I love riding the motorcycle, the whole thing, without a doubt. But I know we need it. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Hit us up. You can find us over on the Bud Light live stream. For all of you that are watching us there, thank you so much. And by the way, I noticed we had a little pop yesterday on YouTube, which was kind of cool, as our subscriptions go up, and it's free of charge. Free of charge. And just go to youtube.com, search Bill Michaels, and just subscribe. And you'll get the show there constantly. And for those that ask all the time, where's the podcast? Everything is over at the website. Go to thebillmichaels.com, thebillmichaels.com. But you can also find all of the happy hour live streams and the podcasts and all that kind of good stuff over on YouTube as well. So, and we're going to have all that stuff integrated into our new look website when it's launched as well. So that's coming up also. This was from Nick. Nick says, hey, unit, love the program. Glad that you are back on the airwaves. Caught you now in Milwaukee. Good to see you on stage last night. Thank you very much, Nick. Had a lot of fun. He says, zero confidence in the Milwaukee Bucks. He said, I am one of the fans that said, wake me when they're at the Eastern Conference Finals. That's why with all the discussion regarding the Bucks, regarding Giannis, regarding money, regarding Middleton, doesn't faze me one bit. This is the team we knew they were. Nothing is going to happen. It's disappointing, Nick. After what we witnessed over the last 2 years with the best record in basketball, the addition of Drew Holiday, Bryn Forbes, and the shooting ability that he had throughout the season, the rotation they got in down the stretch, learning how to win close games, coming out against the Heat, getting that close one in game one and seemingly propelling them through the rest of that series, and then to come in to this contest, this matchup with the Brooklyn Nets. Now, granted, they had a little time off, so maybe they got a little rusty, so you expected it in game one. But then to take an ass kicking like they did in game two and to watch your leader quit, he quit. He didn't rise up. He cowered away. To watch him walk away the way he did is it really makes you step back. Now, it makes you step back and say, okay, where is this franchise? They're good enough to. You know what I mean? They're good enough to. It's not to win a championship. They're good enough to get to the postseason. I don't think. Look, if you fire Bud, you're changing the voice and maybe giving yourself a bit of a shot in the arm of injection of energy. But I don't think firing the coach is going to change the outcome. I just don't. I think firing Bud.
Covering Wisconsin sports like a blanket. This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Maybe it's just a reminder that that's what we do. We cover it all like a blanket. I don't think firing Bud's going to change the outcome. I think this team is what it is, and until Giannis and Middleton take that next step forward, I don't think anything's going to change. I just don't. 877-867-1670. Mark listening to us in Wausau as well. Mark says, hey, when are you coming up here? When is the cigar dinner? The cigar dinner, let me go through this real quick. The cigar dinner is coming up. You're right. That is going to be in August, I believe. No, September. I think September is a cigar dinner in Wausau. I was just going over all these dates yesterday. Just go to tobaccooutletplusgrocery.com, tobaccooutletplusgrocery.com, and you can see for yourself. But the cigar dinner for Wausau is going to be in August, and that's going to be at the Pine Valley Golf Course, and that is going to be in September. Wednesday, September 15th. Wednesday, September 15th, I'll be there. Just if you go to Tobacco Outlet Plus Grocery, the golf events are the ones that I'm going to be at. The other dinners, I am not, just so we're clear. I had somebody approach me on that yesterday. I said, no, I'm not going to be at the rappers dinner, but I'm going to be at the golf events, which actually is going to be cool because I'm looking forward to. I'm going to be doing the par 3. So as you come through on the golf course, I am the celebrity on the par 3. We're doing the par 3 challenge. And then we're going to do a little Q&A after the fact and have some fun. Good stuff. He also goes on to say, and I digress, he says, I think Aaron Rodgers' problem is he doesn't have a way to come back and save face. He has pouted, he has folded his arms and walked away from his teammates and the team in the front office, but he doesn't have a way to come back. What do they need to do to allow him to save face? Boy. Now see, I think you are out of the percentage of what you're right about. I think you're probably about 50% correct. They have to fix a problem. Okay, there's no doubt about that. Whatever this is, quote, fixable thing is that James Jones alluded to, that needs to be taken care of. That's first and foremost. Secondly, is how does Aaron Rodgers then save face when he comes back? Okay, provided he does. When he comes back, what does he then say? Hey, well, there's some character things and some philosophy things that we needed to take a look at, and we hashed it out. And, we really did have a great conversation. I feel really confident about the direction we're going now and the level that we're attempting to win. And, maybe he says that. I mean, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is ever going to come out and go, and if you're watching me on the Bud Light live stream, you're going to get it, but he's going to take the blanket and the sheets and the, all that. He's going to and kind of flip them and air them out. He's not going to air that out. He's not going to do that. I think what he does is exactly what I said. I think he comes back and says, it was something between me and the organization. And it was, something that, we wanted to discuss. I had some things in my mind that really we needed to address and I needed to get some solid answers to. And I'm going to keep that in-house, but, we're in a great place, as far as, me wanting Goody fired and all the rumors, that's clickbait, and the media had it all wrong. And I never wanted out of Green Bay. I was fighting to stay here. And that's what he's going to say. That's what he's going to say. You know how he operates. He may give you a question like, hey, is the relationship between you and Brian Gutekunst really good now? Look, it's all about the people, like I've said before, and people make this place great. And I'm glad I'm back with the people and my teammates and coaches. And, the guys have a job to do in the front office, and I understand that and respect that. And, that type of thing. It's what he's not going to say that's going to speak the loudest. That's the way he operates. Robin says, the Packers should pack up the team, fly to Rodgers' house, and start practicing in his front yard. Like on the beach, down behind the Malibu beach house. Or how about going out there as if Packers fans are in that area, knowing where he lives, like that commercial where they take the logs and they spell out words on the beach, like for people flying over, like help and such, fly out there and then you start rearranging all the driftwood that's floated up on the beach out in front of his house and just says either come back or, well, then again, I'm sure there's some of you that don't want him back, or say take less money. You're killing our cap. If you were going to be, that's a great poll question. If you were going, or just a great question in general, if you were going to be in California and you're going up Malibu's coast, you realize, wait a minute, that house has a Packers flag in front of it. There's Shailene Woodley. She's on the front yard. She's so, what is she doing? Is that a rope? Is that she's dancing in Birkenstocks while she's braiding her own hair and making pillows. That's got to be Aaron's house, right? Yeah, okay. So you run down on the beach. If you were going to take all the driftwood down there, what would you spell out? Come back? Bite me? What would you spell out? There's Miles Teller getting some sun with a black eye out in the front yard. Or Miles Teller, he's folded up in a trash can. There's Shailene Woodley. She's moved in. Look at it. It says Shailene's house now. Maybe you go to the beach and you spell Danica who? What would you do? 877-867-1670. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, my goodness. Hey, if you're going to be out there grilling out at the Malibu Beach House or maybe at Road America or anywhere else for that matter, you're going to do it with our friends at Scholze Family Farms Beef. Scholze Family Farms Beef, they got it going on. They can you can order today. Today's Thursday. They can probably have it on your doorstep by Saturday, if not by Monday of next week, and get you ready for the long week. Have it right there. CZE Family Beef. Family. And if you're going to be doing some grilling out, they have preformed hamburger patties. They have skinless hot dogs for the kids. They got all kinds of stuff, including ribeyes, the tomahawk ribeyes, New York strip, fine cuts of fillets, whatever it happens to be, they've got it for grilling, briskets, roasts, plus they have the Fox Smokehouse barbecue sauce, salty provision seasonings. They have got it all, and you can pick it all up from our friends at Scholze Family Farms right here. Family, pasture-raised, delicious beef right here in the state of Wisconsin. That's the best. The best. It's right here in your own backyard. It's not going to come from, say, California. It's not going to be shipped from down there in, say, San Diego and come across the country. It's not coming from big old ugly cows or anything like up in Maine. It's coming from right here in the hardy Midwest, right in Wisconsin. Go to Scholze, SCHOLZE, ScholzeFamilyBeef.com. And if you are in the Humbird area, which is the Black River Falls area, so to speak, stop by their Family Farm store. Stop by their Family Farm store and check it out. And you can even do a sampler. If you don't want a subscription, you can do a sampler just to kind of see what you like and you don't like, and then maybe you figure it out and you go from there. But go to Scholze, SCHOLZE, ScholzeFamilyFarms.com, ScholzeFamilyBeef.com, excuse me, ScholzeFamilyBeef.com. That's ScholzeFamilyBeef.com. Going to step away, take a quick break. A lot of questions out there today on the docket. So what is your percentage that Aaron Rodgers is going to be under center? Your level of confidence come training camp, and what is your level of confidence for the Bucs getting a win tonight? Stay tuned. More of the Bill Michaels Show. It's next.
Covering Wisconsin sports like a blanket. This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Really, man.
Yeah, welcome back.
6 o'clock news says somebody been shot.
Bill Michaels Show.
Somebody's been abused.
We continue on.
Somebody building some-
And I want to say thanks to everybody for taking a listen to us. We certainly appreciate it. And don't forget about our good friends over there at New Mail Medical. New Mail Medical, they're the originals, and they've been doing a long time when it comes to helping guys out in many different areas. They have been doing it with ED treatments. They are 98% successful at treating guys with ED as well. 98%. Which is all but guaranteeing the fact that they can help you out. And then the biggest thing about ED treatments is don't be embarrassed to call. Just call them, for God's sakes. The worst thing they can do is say, can't help you. The best thing they can do is help you. And that's the best of all. Then it comes down to low energy, maybe moodiness, kind of up and down. You wake up one day, you feel great. The next day, you feel like crap. Could be low T, low testosterone. If you're over the age of 30, you can go get your numbers checked. It's that simple. And if your testosterone level is low, it can make you feel sluggish and tired. And maybe like right now, you're sitting here at about 11:30 in the morning. You're going, man, I just feel like I hit a wall. They can help you out with that. They help me out with that big time with the testosterone treatments. And testosterone doesn't have anything to do with the other regions, the ED. I mean, that's something that can be entirely different. So it can be just the energy side of things, feeling good again. It's a little bit of weight loss. Then there's the All in One weight loss program. That's real. That's the real deal. That helps you out big time. And you can't do anything about it if you don't call. So I've encouraged people, many guys, for years now, just pick up the phone. 414-455-4451. That's 414-455-4451. That's the New Mail, Green Bay and Milwaukee, and anywhere in between. It doesn't matter. Just call one number and make the appointment, and they can help you out. Again, 414-455-4451. That's the New Mail Medical. Level of confidence today. That's where we're at. Level of confidence the Bucs going to win tonight. Level of confidence that Aaron Rodgers is under center for the Green Bay Packers come training camp. David says, when it comes to Aaron Rodgers, if I'd find him, I'd walk up to him and tell him, take a walk, dude. You're a bum. David says, nah, baby, nah. Our other buddy, David Monona, says, rumor has it that Danica, she's playing a little bit of cougar with Jordan Love. And that's why Rodgers is staying away, because, sooner or later, it's going to turn into other situations. I don't know where you're getting your rumor at, Dave from Monona, but makes me chuckle. Who is Danica hooked up with now? Ben, did you see any of the report? Danica's got a new boyfriend in her life. Do you know who that is?
No, I'm not sure. I'll find it.
I don't know who that was. I think she was like another star of some type. I just can't remember who it was. They had her connected to somebody. She has since moved on. 877-867-70, 877-867-1670. Yeah, Danica.
It is Carter Comstock.
Who the hell is that?
No clue.
Carter Comstock. That I did not know. I thought it was like a movie star or something. Well,
he's the co-founder of a meal prep company.
Okay. Maybe they had, because I thought it was a picture of her and some other guy that was like a movie star, but maybe that movie star is like part of this meal prep company or something. Okay. Gotcha. That I didn't know. I had no idea who that guy was. All right. There you have it. That's who Danica's hooked up with. All right. 877-867-1670. Joe says, I just want the facts about 12. Let me hear it from his mouth. This is all just speculation. Joe, come on. Speculation about what? What? Joe, what? Tell me this. What do you not believe? What do you not believe? That there's a problem? He's not at mandatory training or mandatory minicamp. So you know he's upset about something, right? You heard James Jones 2 days ago state that he talked to Aaron numerous times. It is not about getting the GM fired. It's not about money. Okay, so if it's not either of those two things, then what is it? Aaron Rodgers himself said it's not about drafting Jordan Love. He loves Jordan. He said it's not. He started to say it's not about the pick, but it's not about Jordan as a person, but he backtracked. It's about that choice. That's part of it. Then he went on to this whole thing about character and philosophy. So what would it be about? Joe says he doesn't believe it's all about the staff. He has talked numerous times about how much he loves Nathaniel Hackett. He's talked numerous times about how he's got a great relationship with Matt LaFleur. So if it's not about getting the GM fired, is this the only guy he has not specifically mentioned is Mark Murphy? Is this a Mark Murphy thing? It's definitely about the choosing of Jordan Love. Not about Jordan himself, but it's about the pick itself. There's no doubt about that. But I don't know if that was the straw that broke the camel's back, or if that was just another instance in which he's just pissed. But I agree with you. We don't know the details, but what is stated over and over again about what he is not mad at, by process of elimination, you begin to go, okay, it's not about the guys in the roster. He loves his teammates, loves Jordan Love, so it's not about specifically Jordan Love. Really gets along with Matt LaFleur and the innovation and the offense and what they're doing. Okay, so, there you go. You check that off. So if it's not about Matt LaFleur, if it's not about getting Gutekunst fired, is it? And he talks about character and philosophy, and he drops that on us. So one would assume then is the handling character, the handling of players in some way, shape, or form. Maybe if you go back to character, when Mark Murphy and that Bleacher Report article leaked out, when that whole thing got blown up to where it said, hey, Aaron, don't be the problem, and Mark had to backtrack that, maybe that became an issue, and that lit the fuse. And then when you talk about philosophy, is it win now or win later? And if you're going to draft and develop, quit getting rid of the guys once they get developed. I don't know what that detail is, but you can certainly go down that path and start to speculate about all the things that we have felt has been wrong with the organization and why they haven't taken that extra step. I also believe that, and I think Mike Clemens hit it on the head the other day when we were on the air down in Elkhorn in the RV when he came on Monday, when he talked about what Tom Brady has. And Bruce Arians says, yeah, I go to Tom. We gave Tom all this video on these wide receivers and said, hey, Tom, what do you think? I think Aaron wants that. I think he wants that level of respect. That I will 100% agree with. I think he craves that. I think he has the desire to give knowledge. And let's be honest, you can't, and we do it all the time, you can't say he's the smartest guy in the room. He gets it. He's a savant. He walks to the line of scrimmage. He can see everything. It's like it's this matrix slow motion of movement of hypersensitivity that he has, that he can look at this and go, yeah, I got this. He can see it 99% of the time. Because there have been times we looked at him and went, how do you not see that? So we have seen it. So if he is that smart, then don't you think he should be able to have some insight into those around him and those that he can witness via television or film or whatever to say, yeah, it looks like that guy does this well. That would suit this offense well. That guy doesn't do this well. He doesn't have crisp route running. He doesn't look at the ball. He doesn't have an instinct as to where the ball is. He seems to be surprised when passes are thrown. You know, he doesn't have the ability to hand check down the field. He doesn't have a way to get away from his defender. All of that. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. There. We don't what the details are, but we have speculation as to what it might be. 877-867-1670. Is that a fair assessment? That's what I think we're looking for. So when you say I don't believe it, I agree with you. I don't believe everything that's out there because we're led to believe a lot of different stuff. Now, here's the biggest question. And this is, there's two statements that have been made this week that are floating out there. Two of them. And this is where I have consternation with my own opinion. Okay, there's two big questions that are out there regarding Aaron Rodgers. And I don't know which way to go. 877-867-1670. So let's do this. We'll take a break. When we come back, I'll throw both of these statements out there to you. And this is where I'm kind of like internally tied. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up next. Ready?
This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
It's finally summer, Gina Della from Pella. You know what that means.
For sure, Mark Chimura. Can you believe it? In just a few months, chilly winds will be sneaking through leaky windows and doors.
But Gina, it's summer. Time for cookouts, golfing, and heading to the beach.
Exactly my point, Chewy. Sure, you and your friends are getting outside, enjoying warm sunshine and fresh air. But if you want to host Game Day Packers parties in comfort this fall, you've got to call Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin now.
Gina, I already have energy efficient Pella windows. So
Depending on the style and materials you choose, you
home, Gina.
and right now you can choose 4 installation or 6-year no interest financing.
That's into 2027.
You're not kidding. Just order by June 30th. Set your free consultation now by .com/radio or 855-PELA-WI.
Certain restrictions apply. See show for details. Bill Michaels will resume in 5 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 4 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Once again, I want to say thanks to all of our terrific sponsors that help us out with our on-site broadcast. There is a water softening company. And Colleen, I pulled this up. Colleen had sent me an email who listens to us. And Colleen, I'm not sure where you listen to us at, to be honest with you, but she said, what is the website that you advertise to donate to the Canines dog thing? And it is called Custom Canines. Excuse me. Our friends at the Water Doctors, they supply water softening through Connecticut water softening systems. They're fantastic. I mean, first of all, the product itself is unbelievable. They're very charitable oriented. And John Atlee, who is the president, the owner over there of Water Doctors, he is also trying to raise enough money to help out Custom Canines. And Custom Canines is a program for those, say, that need therapy dogs, whether it's somebody who's blind, somebody who just needs a therapy dog to be there with them, say a veteran that either has PTSD or has an amputation, needs help from animals for guidance and such, whatever it happens to be. They raise these dogs, or I should say train these dogs to help in certain circumstances. Anyway, they are trying. It's $25,000 a dog to train the dog to be a custom canine. And so John Atlee and the Water Doctors are trying to raise enough money to help one dog. but there's a need of that grows almost daily of over 160 dogs needed just here in Wisconsin between Milwaukee and Madison. But they supply them all over the state. But they work on donations. And so they're trying to raise enough money, $25,000 or more, to help out those in need and to train these dogs, to train them for custom canines. So go to H2, H the number 2, H2O, like water. Remember your old, high school, days of geology. H2, the letter O, doctors, doctors.com. H2, the letter O, doctors.com. And you can do a lot of great stuff. And in addition to that, you can also see all about maybe your water in your home, because they do the water softening system. I swear by the Kinetico system. And I drink a ton of water. I'm sitting here. I drink 4 of these a day. For those that are watching on the Bud Light live stream, 4 of these a day. I drink, they're 32-ounce glasses, and I am a water fanatic, and I don't drink a lot of bottled water because bottled water has a bottled taste to me. So I went with the Kinetico system because it's just refreshing. There's no taste to it. Not to mention it makes your ice cubes better, your laundry better. I mean, the whiter whites. I mean, I can go through the whole laundry list, but literally go to H2, the letter O, doctors.com and see everything. So here's 2 questions. The 2 questions that are burning in my mind, and I don't know which way to go because I don't know who to believe. So Adam Schefter said, and put this out there the other day, that Aaron Rodgers, quote, resolve is stronger than ever not to return to the Green Bay Packers. And I know where he gets his information. As I stated yesterday, and we've talked to you about this throughout this whole, month and a half since all this came about. Adam Schefter's representation is Aaron Rodgers' representation. Agents, same thing, same person, same agency. So we know where the information's coming from, right? So according to Adam Schefter and probably those that are directly in contact with Aaron Rodgers, his resolve is, quote, stronger than ever not to return to the Packers. Okay, you with me? On the other hand, former Green Bay Packer, James Jones, he said this about things being fixable between Rodgers and the organization.
Well, I've talked to Aaron. I talk to him all the time. And he's told me that it's not about the GM. It's not about new money. It's not about the GM. So when I hear everybody on here say, it's about getting the GM fired and these things, it's not about that. And that's why I say, from my conversations having with him, that's why I truly believe that it's fixable, because what he's told me in the conversations that we have, and me, Rodgers, and being close to Aaron, I truly believe that it is fixable. You sit down, you go over things and talk about what you need to get ironed out, and what's more important to him, and the organization and things like that, and it's fixable. But it's not about getting the GM fired, and he's told me that. So with that being said, that's why I truly believe it's fixable, because he's willing to go in there and make sure they can get this thing right and get it fixable and go out there, put the best football team on the field and try to compete for a championship. And that's why I truly believe that he will be there for training camp. This will get fixed, and I think the relationship will get much better between him and the GM.
Okay. So he believes it's fixable. It's fixable. He went on to talk more about all of this and about Aaron Rodgers and his beef with the organization.
His number one beef is a private conversation on the phone that I can't share with you. No, I mean, like I said before, he doesn't care about who you bring in there. He loves his teammates. He's always out there ready to ride for his teammates, and he wants to keep some of the guys that have been in that building, man, that helps his team win. Whether you think they may be done, like I said before, he's seen a lot of guys walk out of that building and leave and go play very good football, and it goes back. It's not just about this past season. it goes back. It's a lot built up into it. You know, it goes back to the Charles Woodsons, the Clay Matthews, the Julius Peppers, the Jordy Nelsons, you know, the James Joneses. You know, so he just wants to make sure that, you know, a lot of guys like that may not, you know, be scoring 15 touchdowns or getting 15 sacks or 15 interceptions, but hey, these dudes are big in the locker room for the young fellas. You know, they're key parts of this team to go win a championship, and I think that's what's most important to him.
Okay. I get it. There's two things there now that we've heard. The third being the draft and develop phase of this.
You know, he knows that that's how the Packers been since he's came into. They've been developed or and won Super Bowl, but and he understands that. But I think for him, the most important thing is it's not about who you're bringing in. I can't control who you draft. I can't control who you bring in free agency. But what I do want a little input on is the guys that you're letting out of the building. You know, when you got guys like Jordy Nelson who are willing to take a pay cut to play, and you saying, no, get out of here anyway. You're going to play with these guys that we got here. You know what I mean? Sometimes that could tick you off a little bit.
Sure.
You know, Jordy Nelson can finish sentences for Aaron Rodgers. Just because this other guy can run a little bit faster than him doesn't mean I'm going to get more success with this other guy. So I think it's the guys that's getting out of the building that he's seen walk out of that building and still wanted to be in Green Bay and still could have been key contributors to winning a championship, you know, that you let out of the building. That's what's the most frustrating part to him, I believe.
There you go. Okay. So Adam Schefter says Aaron Rodgers' resolve is as strong as ever not to return to the Packers. James Jones is saying this is fixable. This is fixable. And what has pissed Aaron off? It's not about who you draft. He'd like what Tom has. Brady. Okay, that kind of consideration. But this is about draft and develop, and then when you get these guys are good, you're letting them walk out of the building. Now, the follow-up question to James Jones should have been, is Aaron willing to take a pay cut? Because Aaron said, it's not about money. It's not about getting the GM fired. It's not about money. It's not about getting the GM fired. If that's the case, then this has been something that has been stacked since they let Charles Woodson go. They let James Jones go. They let Jordy Nelson go. They let Corey Linsley go, and on and on and on. And on and on and on. So that is just as he opens the door, he's still mad that the guys that matter, that come in, they draft and develop, then they say, okay, we'll talk to you later. And then they start over. That's the argument he has. And it goes to character when you get a 30-second conversation after years of service to say, yeah, we're going to let you go, man. Wish you the best of luck. Talk to you later. And that's it. That's it. I mean, we've all been fired, right? We've all been let go for whatever reason. It's not like you're going to have an hour-long conversation, because at that point, you have a lot of sinking feelings as somebody who's being let go. It's not like you want to hang out and discuss things, because all you end up doing is trying to prove your value and your worth, and the person that's letting you go has already made their mind up, and they could be nodding with you going, yeah, but the outcome is still the same. But that's kind of where both sides come to the middle. So my question is, do you think it's fixable, where philosophically the Green Bay Packers start to shift? Or do you think it's just the resolve? Because I don't know what to believe. I'm thinking to myself, if I'm listening to James Jones, I'm thinking, I'm Brian Gutekunst. I'm going to Aaron Rodgers going, hey, let's talk, man. Let's talk. Let's talk about philosophies. Let's talk about who we think, with the coaches and yourself, who we think still is going to be a really solid contributor to this team. And you got to take your friendship out of this. as opposed to, I don't know how things are going to change. We do things a certain way. So if that's the case, Aaron Rodgers' resolve is stronger than ever not to return, which is why when people say, what are your thoughts? I still say 70% of me says he doesn't show up. 30% of me is a giant ball of hope. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Hit us up. 877-867-1670. Give me your thoughts on this. Because I don't know. That's where I'm completely torn. Hey, don't forget about our friends Lyle and the whole crew at J&L Tire Service. They feature Goodyear, Dunlop, Kelly tires. They're best known for their service and the great deeds they do in their community out there, both in Watertown and in Johnson Creek. And if you're an over-the-road driver, truck driver, got a tractor trailer, they do all that repair stuff as well. So whether you're a soccer mom or an over-the-road driver, they've got it all for you right off of 94. It's just north of 94 in the Johnson Creek exit. Don't forget about them. Just off of 94. So if you're the soccer mom or you got an SUV or a car or a Mini Cooper, whatever it happens to be, they can help you out with tires, brake repairs, all that kind of stuff. Or if you're an over-the-road driver, they can do the exact same for your rig. They've got it all out there. J&L Tire. J&L Tire in Johnson Creek and in Watertown. Don't forget to tell Lyle we said hi. Great, great guy. More of the Bill Michaels Show is next.
This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Welcome back. So, argument raging on when Aaron Rodgers talks about management not keeping everybody. It's because of the salary cap and because Aaron Rodgers makes a lot of money. You are 100% correct. And Aaron Rodgers has to understand that. I've said that a while ago. I said I have a good, hard conversation with Aaron Rodgers and say, Aaron, you're unbelievably smart. You can probably judge talent. You can look at certain things in a certain way and understand what fits and what doesn't. I give you all that credit in the world. You are one incredible player. You're probably one of the top 3 or 4 people to ever put your hands under a center in the National Football League. You are beyond phenomenal. You deserve to be paid and make that money. Here's a couple of cold, hard facts. That any quarterback making more than 13.9% of their team's total salary has never won a Super Bowl in the modern era. That is a fact. And then secondly, here's a checkbook. Take what you want. For every dollar you take is a dollar we cannot spend on other free agents or to keep our own once they become very successful, when their contract is going to be demanding quite a bit of money. And what we would then want you to do is say whatever you don't take that you can spend in other areas. We also want you to relay this message to your teammates. Because if we're going to be winning championships and it's not all about the money, then this is the way it has to be. You making 20% of your team's total salary? No, you can't. That makes you unbelievably hypocritical if this is the way it's going to be. Because I think no one to a man would ever say, get rid of Aaron Rodgers if he was making, say, 15 million, 20 million tops, making 3%, 8%, 12% of the team's total salary. Nobody. We would be ecstatic. I would love to see Aaron Rodgers say, you know what? I make a bunch of money in endorsements. I make a bunch of money with the Packers. I've made over $250 million in my life. I'm worth almost $125 million right now. That's in the bank. It's sitting there. I'm going to take less money to play. I'll take $30 million over the next 3 years. I'll take $50 million over the next 5. $10 million a year. Pay me. That'll put me up at about $220 million in the bank by the time it's all said and done, not including my endorsements. While everybody else around the league, every time a quarterback signs a big contract in the league, Aaron says, no, it's not going to make it because you're not going to win championships making that much money. But it's a quarterback-driven league. Quarterbacks deserve to be paid wholeheartedly. But this is not the NBA. This is not going to be where you're going to get $50 million a year. This is not Major League Baseball with guaranteed contracts. This is a different salary cap structure. This is the way it is. It's the way it is. You don't have 15 guys. You got 53. Everybody's got to get theirs. Let's be the organization that says we're going to pay you as well as we can, and we're also going to do everything we can to win championships. We're not going to be the franchise to have 2 guys, 3 guys making all the money and everybody else fighting for the scraps. That's when Aaron Rodgers becomes to that upper echelon of respectability. Mad skills. As a player, you got it going on. As a person, yeah, you're fighting for what you believe is right. And I think we as Packers fans can appreciate that. You are fighting to remain a Green Bay Packer for the longest time. We can appreciate that. But when you're signing a contract that's going to put you up near 17, 18, 20% of the team's total salary, you about the money. So Cheddar Ball says, is it really about the money? No, it's not. None of this is about the money. What I'm saying is Aaron Rodgers can't talk about player personnel decisions, can't talk about draft and development and letting guys go if he's going to take all the money. And here's the other aspect of this, and Ronald, you bring up a great point. If this is that easy, then why are these two sides sitting on their asses and not talking? Why aren't they sitting there saying, this is going to be our resolution to this? Who is the one right now that is saying, nah, I'm not coming to the bargaining table? That's what I think is burning in all of our minds. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. 2 hours down. We got 2 to go. It's hard to believe it got to us that damn quick. Stay tuned. More of the Bill Michaels Show right after this.
Is the Wisconsin Sports Zone update.
The Packers are back on the field for the final practice of their mandatory minicamp today. Yesterday, it was all about quarterback Jordan Love, former first-round pick, had the best practice of his young career, hit in on all different kinds of throws, short and deep. It was a huge jump from Tuesday's session when he struggled mightily to get almost anything going, but admitted the practice, big jolt to his confidence.
Obviously, I think anything you do that's just doing good and performing at a high level, it'll definitely take your confidence up and just let you be more comfortable out there and play smoother.
Coach Matt LaFleur said what happened yesterday needs to be an everyday thing.
You want to have success because, again, your confidence grows and it gives you, I guess, more confidence to go out there and be consistent and make those plays. But you got to treat every day as its own entity, and you can't rest on what you did the day before, whether it's good or bad. And that's what we're looking for from him. And I think he's done a nice job responding on a daily basis.
Love is getting all those reps because Aaron Rodgers still at odds with the front office. Team president, CEO Mark Murphy said this morning that the team remains committed to Rodgers as their quarterback for 2021 and beyond.
Rural Mutual Insurance, keeping Wisconsin strong.
Rural Mutual Insurance is a proud sponsor of the Wisconsin State Fair. As a thank you for your support, they're giving away State Fair tickets. Visit ruralmutual.com/win and enter to win State Fair tickets.
Rural Mutual Insurance, keeping Wisconsin strong.
Well, the Bucs Game 3, their playoff series with the Nets. Brooklyn has dominated the first 2 games to take a 2-0 lead, something Milwaukee has never come back from in their franchise history. And the Brewers are in action this afternoon in Cincinnati with 3 from the Reds. Before the game, they placed Travis Shaw on the 10-day injured list with a dislocated shoulder. With this Wisconsin Sports Zone Network update, I'm Zach Heilprin.
Glad you're with us. Bill Michaels Show, 2 hours down, 2 hours yet to go on this Thursday as the Brewers have a day game today. Colorado beginning tomorrow, and hopefully the Brewers bounce back after a little bit of a deflating loss and losing Travis Shaw for an extended period of time yesterday against the Reds. Brewers a half game behind the Cubs in the standings. In the meantime, what is your level of confidence? That's where we're at today. That's where we're at today. As the level of confidence in the Bucs getting a win tonight, Game 3 of this Eastern Conference series with the Brooklyn Nets. My level of confidence, zippo. I don't have any. I don't have any. I our leader stand flat-footed and not have an answer. And I'm sitting here watching during the break, both on the NBA channel and the 4-letter network as I flip back and forth, the discussion about Giannis and his MVPs. And this I don't want to get into, but I think it's an interesting argument. The argument is being made that Giannis won an MVP. Okay? Not once, but twice. Why did he win it? Did he win it because they just didn't want to give it to LeBron or Harden those years? Or did he win it because he earned it? He had mad numbers during the regular season. I mean, Harden could have got it a couple of years ago. Giannis certainly earned it last year. But was it LeBron fatigue? Because LeBron certainly should have been in the running a couple of years ago as well. Or was it just LeBron fatigue? And you can't give it to LeBron all the time. So then the argument goes to, well, look at the results in the postseason where star players like LeBron, like James Harden, even like Kevin Durant have expounded. Whereas Giannis's numbers go down. And now the discussion is, do you look at Giannis as a regular season hero and a postseason zero? Start to think about that now. Start to think about that. So, what is your level of confidence in Giannis and the Bucks tonight? And what is your level of confidence that Aaron Rodgers is going to be under center? 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Giannis's numbers in the postseason, when you start to go through the playoffs and what he's been able to accomplish, for the most part, he's been on the positive side of things when it comes to the plus minus. But in the series against Chicago, go back a few years, 2015, he was minus, zero, minus, and then a minus 23, in which the Bucks lost that series to the Bulls. 2017, faces Toronto as a plus, then went to minus, plus. And the Bucks got beat in that series, 4-2. You go to 2018, his numbers have been minus, plus, minus, in which they lost that series, 4-3 against Boston. 2019 now, they destroyed Detroit 4-0. He was plus, minus. You go to the Boston series after the fact. Remember, they wanted to exercise those demons. They won that series 4-1. He was minus 24 in the opening series loss. After that, plus, and they won every game. The correlation seems to be that if Giannis is on the plus side, they can win the game. And if he fades away, they don't. And then you get to 2020. Well, let's just go back a year. Go back to that series against Toronto. He was plus 8, plus 17. They won those first two games. After that, it was plus 3, minus 19, minus 2, plus 3. And they lost in 4 straight. You go to last year. He was minus 9 in the game they lost to Orlando. And after that, plus 7, plus 20, plus 20, plus 21. Win. After that, he was minus 14, minus 7, minus 13, minus 2. Loss. This year in the playoffs, plus 2, plus 19, plus 4, plus 21. Win. In the last 2 games against Brooklyn, he is minus 7, minus 22. The Bucks go as Giannis goes, and when he becomes a shell of himself and he is defendable, they will not win. They will not win. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Paul says, what's happening to the show in Eau Claire? I don't know. What's going on in Eau Claire? Is it the live stream? Is there a stream issue or something? I don't know. Dave says, you all think Aaron is worried about football and all of this. Nah, he's busy enjoying Shailene. He's not getting out of bed coming to Green Bay until August. Okay, I don't normally do this, but on the oh my God factor, is Shailene Woodley, I mean, cute girl, but Is she the oh my God factor? You know? I got to be honest, okay? I look at her and all you can go just Google her. You can go to all these different pictures. And they make a cute couple, but as far as the oh my God factor, I don't know about that. You know, I just so when you say he's not getting out of bed, I'm like, come on, man, really? Girl's got to have skills. Uh, 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. Paul, try going to thebillmichaels.com and clicking on the Listen Live link, or download the Odyssey app, AUDACY. Download the Odyssey app and then search The Zone in Madison, WOZN, and that'll get it to you. Because I know if you're listening on, I think it's TuneIn, they don't know what the hell they're doing. That's why we went with a better podcast availability, so to speak, a better platform. This is from Mark. Mark says the Shailene Woodley, he's not getting out of bed theory. Nah, maybe once or twice, but after that, I've got to go take out the garbage and cut the lawn. That's fantastic. Look, I'm not knocking any of that. She's in movies, man. She's got her own beauty thing going on. It's not my cup of tea. That's all. That's not my cup of tea. 877-867-1670. Mark says, do you know if the pack not talking? I don't know a damn thing when it comes to that. I don't know. I mean, I would assume that had Aaron said, yeah, I just talked to Gutekunst, or had I to Mark Murphy or whomever, James Jones might have said that. He said, yeah, him and the team talk, continuously trying to work this out. But I don't know. That's another great follow-up question. Are they talking? If so, how often? Is this a daily thing, or is this something where it's a cooling off period? Hey, you do you. We want you back. We want to change our ways. Just give us a shot. And then Aaron's got to go figure out a way to come down off the mountain and save face, I guess. Otherwise, couldn't tell you. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Hit us up. What is your level of confidence? This is from Anthony, who says, my level of confidence in Giannis and the Bucks is high tonight. If they don't get this one, they aren't getting anyone. That I agree with. If they don't get this one, it's over. That's the level of significance of this. Remember when I said this? Where did my notes go? Was this last week? I said this. 141-0. 141-0. So 141-0. If you don't know what that number means, that's how many series in the playoffs teams that went up 3-0 have advanced. They are 141-0. That's how big tonight's game is. If the Bucks lose this game, history will tell you it's over. Now, there always has to be a 16 that's going to be the 1 seed, right? We've seen that now in the tournament. It was Tony Bennett's Virginia Cavaliers. They get upset just a couple of years ago. So it can happen. But historically, it would tell you, no, it's not going to happen. So 141-0 is the number to remember when you sit down to watch the Bucs tonight. I'm going to do that. I'm looking forward to it. I think a good cigar, a good grill, and a game on in the Tiki Hut tonight. That's on the agenda. Edward says, I think the Packers want him for a year only. He wants 3 or more, and that's why the stalemate, neither side will budge. If that's the case, now, Edward, originally that was being what was reported, that Aaron Rodgers went to management and said, hey, I want to get a long-term extension, solidify me. Let's talk about this, and this. And they said, we'll give you a year. And then he said, to hell with you guys. I'll talk to you later. Then, I think, to or Pete Doherty at the Green Bay Press Gazette, I think it actually, who might have reported it. But regardless, was that the organization said, we'll give you what you want. And Aaron still didn't come back. So I don't know if it's to that level. 877-867-1670. Cheddar Balls, Fiserv crowd tonight needs to bring it. Feed a raucous crowd and a great reset. Feed off of the raucous crowd and a great reset tonight would be the modus operandi for the Bucs, if you will. I wonder what the crowd level is going to be tonight. First time everybody's back, so I can only imagine people are just itching to get back. So we'll see what happens. 877-867-1670. Hit us up. Your thoughts. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up right after this.
Covering Wisconsin sports like a blanket. This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
are looking. Hey, if you are looking for something good to do coming up next weekend, let's just say you're not going to the races with us. You're not going to be at Road America. There is a great getaway within the state of Wisconsin, a one-take trip. If you haven't ever done it or you've done it and you know what I'm talking about and it's great and you want to go back, the Four Seasons Island Resort in Pembine, Wisconsin, they have not only great indoor saltwater pool, spa, sauna, hot tub, all that kind of stuff. They've got some really nice amenities there. They have the golf course right there, the 9-hole executive, or you can just go north to Pine Mountain Resort and Timberstone Championship Golf Course. But they also have, coming up on Friday night, June 18th, they have a wine dinner at the Four Seasons Island Resort. And it's the summer wine dinner in the Diamond Room. It's 5 courses. And here's the one thing. Somebody asked me the other day, and they said, is this really a real nice place? This is a resort. I call it the resort for the common people, for the you and me of the world. When I go there, I'm not wearing a suit and tie. I'm wearing jeans and a dress shirt and nicer shoes. You get people that come in off the ATV trails. You get people that come in off of the river that we're fishing. Then you get people that stay in the resort and they put on a nice dress shirt. They usually a polo shirt. Maybe you're dressed in golf apparel. Ladies, you're wearing jeans. You're wearing a nice summer dress, something to that effect. But you're not. This is not a ball gown type of thing. This is the Diamond Room. It sounds nice, but it's a really good place to eat at reasonable prices. And they've got 5 courses, each of them paired with a complimentary wine, $75 a person. That's it. That's including gratuity, by the way. Just get a hold of our girl Barb up there. B-A-R-B. B as in B. At the4 Seasons, WI.com. Barb at the4seasonswi.com. Think about this. Go ATVing on the trails. Load up by side. Hundreds of miles of ATV and UTV trails up there. Right off of the resort. So you can golf, you can fish, you can kayak, you can rent a pontoon, whatever it is you want to do, go do it. Enjoy yourself. Then come in, take a shower, throw on a pair of jeans and a dress shirt, head up to the Diamond Room. You've got the wine dinner. After that, you go downstairs. You got the band at the Boundary Waters Sports Bar Cafe. You got that downstairs. Or you sit out back on the deck, overlooks the first hole of the golf course, to have a cigar, enjoy yourself. You can still hear the music. Man, it's just so much to do. Plus, you just get away. You actually take it easy. That is our friends at the Four Seasons Island Resort. Call them right now, 715-324-5800. 715-324-5800. It's like camping without camping. 55 resort rooms. That's it. It's not like you're packed in with thousands of people. 55 resort rooms. A couple hundred people on the island. That's it. Party. Go up and have a good time. Highly recommend, and at an incredibly reasonable price. Where do you go and get 5 courses paired with wines for $75, including your tip? Where? Come on. 715-324-5800. That's the Four Seasons Island Resort. Get a hold of our girl Barb. Ask for Barb. 324-5800. Great stuff. Great stuff. Let's see here. We've got this is from GameStop Dave. He says, Bill, going down to the Fiserv Forum tonight, the first time I've been there in over a year and a half. Cannot wait. It is going to be electric. Do you think the crowd is going to be hyped up or in panic mode because the Brooklyn Nets have beat our butt the first 2 games? GameStop Dave, first of all, I assume that you're either a gamer or you work at GameStop. Secondly, I think there is going to be an enormous amount of electricity in that building early on. Couple of big shots, couple of offensive plays. The Bucks will get a little bit of a run. They'll get up early, and that place will be ready to erupt. Okay? But if Brooklyn goes on a run and they begin to trade threes for missed free throws, 1s and 2s, and you start to see that lead go to 6 and then to 8 and then to 11, then you're going to hear that thing, that Fiserv Forum, that beautiful building, that Fiserv Forum building, begin to fall silent. And if Giannis doesn't grab that crowd by the figurative throat and throw them behind him in every sense of the word, then I will be incredibly disappointed. I won't be shocked, but I'll be disappointed. This team has got to show some fight tonight. This is it. 141-0. You got to keep that in the back of your mind. You lose this game, it's pretty much done. Then it doesn't matter who goes to the Deer District or the Fiserv Forum. There's going to be Bucks fans. Everybody's a Bucks fan. You're a fan. Doesn't mean you're a believer. You have hope. Doesn't mean you're a believer. I hope I win the lottery. But I'm not believing that I am because I'm not going out to buy a Lamborghini tomorrow. Make sense? 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Hit us up. 877-867-1670. By the way, you can find us on many of the different platforms, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch, but go to thebillmichaels@gmail.com for all the information. This one is from Alan. Alan, by the way, listening to us in Atlanta, Georgia, said the Bucks have been a facade all season long. They're led by Giannis. When he can mean mug over those, it's easy to mean mug over. Otherwise, he is tripping in the postseason. He hasn't done jack. That's from Alan in Atlanta. Let's just say this ends in 4 or 5. Okay, let's just say that the series ends in 4 or 5. Do we then look at Giannis, instead of saying we got to find pieces for Giannis to rally around? Do we look at Giannis and say, you're the problem? You're a regular season dude, nothing more. Do we start to look at Giannis in that light? You don't get this far. You don't get there consistently without Giannis. Let's be honest, right? But do you then look at Giannis and say, you know what, he's not the postseason guy? Doesn't matter who you throw around him. He's not a postseason guy unless you take the ball away from him. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. This is from Sam. Sam says, hey, Bill, you're nailing it on the head. I think Aaron Rodgers had players that he liked getting thrown away, not being given the seat at the table, and could be losing Alex Van Pelt and having a big deal to do with him. Just an accumulation of things. But again, I think he just needs a concrete solution. The word concrete solution. Okay, let's, Sam, take your scenario and say that all of that's correct. What should the solution be? Let's put our heads together here. We're a collective group. We're we're a pretty intelligent fan base, right? So what is the collective solution to this? That's a very intriguing question. Because all we do is analyze the problems and say what got us to this point. But what do we do as a fan base when we want to look at this? What do we do when we say, okay, if this is what the problem is, what should the solution be? Now that's the big question. That's a great, man, I got to ponder that. You threw something at me that is pretty much master of the obvious, and I don't have an answer for it. But you're dead on. Okay, let's say the accumulation is there. Jordy Nelson, James Jones, Charles Woodson, Corey Linsley, on through the list of guys that have come and gone. That Aaron Rodgers has said, I like these guys. They're good guys. They can still help me. As James Jones put it in that clip before, he said, look, Jordy Nelson can finish Aaron Rodgers' sentence. Just because he lost a step doesn't mean he can't be a good candidate to catch passes. He's right. He may not be able to get it in the end zone anymore, but he's damn sure going to give you another set of first downs. He damn sure knows the ball's coming on a back shoulder throw. Okay, you're right. All right, let's do this. So if this is the problem, draft and develop philosophy and letting guys go, cutting guys loose too soon, the way in which guys are cut loose. What do we do? What do we do? What's the solution? Oh, here's another one. I listened to Ebo in the morning out on our flagship station out in the Zone in Madison, and him and Nelson, they do a segment called the Razor's Edge. So I'm going to do Edge, Michael's edition. Ben in the show. Over and under amount that you would bet on Aaron Rodgers showing up at the Fiserv Forum tonight.
Meaning, do I think there's any chance he will?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so either.
No chance. Unless, we talked about it, unless he's sitting next to Goody and Mark Murphy, and people will be happy that he's there. But if he just shows up on his own, I don't think he would want to deal with that situation.
I don't either. If he does he get booed?
Absolutely.
I think he gets his brains booed out.
At least where I'm from, that's what we would do.
Yeah. Well, exactly. You're from Philadelphia. Even if he signed a new contract, people say, you got too much money, you're a bum. Boo him.
That's fair.
I don't think he shows up tonight at all. I don't think he's anywhere near the state of Wisconsin. That's just me, but I don't think he's anywhere near us.
I've been checking the flight trackers. I haven't found anything.
Yeah, there's nothing out there that I could see. So when we come back, what would you do if all of this accumulation of data is true? What cure would you suggest? Because we're collectively smart. I mean, I'm an idiot by myself, but collectively, I think we can all put a brain together. What do you think then needs to happen to end this stalemate and bring Aaron Rodgers back into the fold to cure all of this? Think about that. Enjoy it while it's here. I'm talking about warm weather. I mean, it's here. Enjoying the hell out of it. I'm getting ready to use the boat here soon as I get me a truck and be able to haul it around. And when it comes to motorcycle riding, I've already done a lot of it. Outdoor activities, fantastic. But we all know, I mean, the weather in Wisconsin is going to change quicker than we want it to. Are you ready for it? Time to upgrade right now with new Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Right now, you can choose. That's right. Whatever offer is best for you. 6 years, no interest financing, or 40% off installation right now. Either way. But more than offers, Pella Windows right now, they lead Wisconsin and all across the country as the #1 window and door for highest value, highest quality, highest innovation, period. And the most preferred window, according to a 2021 consumer survey. Right. They got it going on. 9 different lines, as a matter of fact, of windows and doors. 9. When other ones have 2 or 3 and their standard sizes and such, Pella, they'll custom cut, custom measure, put it all together. You got an 8-foot window, you got an 8-foot window coming. Foot window, you got a 20-foot window coming. You got a 4-foot window, 3-foot, you got a 2-foot circular window, you got a 2-foot circular window coming. Whatever it is, they'll custom make it for you. That's the way they do it. Plus, they give you that limited lifetime warranty on the windows, 10-year on installation warranty on the installation. They got it all. Set up your free consultation right now. Go to PellaWI.com/radio. That's Pella, Pella, PellaWI.com/radio. That's PellaWI.com/radio, or call them 855-PELLA-WI. 855-PELLA-WI. There you go. That's from our friends at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Dennis writes, great broadcast and information from State Fair last night. Dennis, appreciate it. It was a lot of fun. Those are always fun. It was a lot of fun to do, and great information from Kathleen O'Leary, the executive director of the State Fair, Leanne Hawk, the owner and general manager of the Bud Pavilion. We had a great time, not to mention just last night in general. If you have not seen the pictures or some of the video and such that I took last night, go to the Facebook fan page. Go to facebook.com/The Bill Michaels Show and scroll down a little bit. You'll see it from last night. It was a packed house. It was so much fun. And if you've never been there, I highly suggest you get there. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up next.
Covering Wisconsin sports like a blanket. This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 5 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 4 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Bill Michaels Show. We continue on. Glad to have you here today. Thanks so much for taking a listen to us. Certainly appreciate it. Hey, don't forget about our friends at Kunes, Kunes, Kunes RV and KunesRV.com. They are the fastest growing RV dealer throughout the state. You're traveling camping experts, as a matter of fact. And if you're looking for a motorhome, a fifth wheel, a camper van, a travel trailer, Kunes RV, they have you covered. They have you covered. They got it going on. And they also, like I said, are the supplier. Our Nexus, the Nexus is the RV that we are touring the state in and beyond. But if you're looking for a Thor, if you're looking for Crossroads, Cruiser, Sunset Trail, Keystone, Winnebago, they have so much more. So much more. Stop into one of their many. They have 9 in the state of Wisconsin, 1 in northern Illinois. 10 total, any of the Kunes RV locations right now, and you take advantage of the summer deals and the low APR financing because they're hot commodity making a whole lot of these things right now. So if you're looking to sell your camper and maybe you've been putting up with the headaches of people coming over, kicking the tires, walking through it, and they're not buying anything, and you don't want to deal with that, then you can take advantage of the Kunes RV consignment program with free pickup, by the way, free P miles of their dealerships. No commissions or upfront fees. So no hassles right there. That's from our friends at Kunes. Go to KUNES, KunesRV.com. That is KunesRV.com. They are the official RV provider of the Bill Michaels Sports Talk Network. And in addition to that, don't forget about our friends at Road Track and Trail, roadtrackandtrail.com. They are the official side-by-side provider, ATV provider, of the Bill Michaels Network when we're on site at Road America for our 2 broadcasts up there. So go to roadtrackandtrail.com. That is roadtrackandtrail.com. Going up north, we're going to go up north now to Green Bay outside of Lambeau Field. Our good Mike Clemens standing by. Michael, how you doing today, man? What's going on?
Good. Defense wins the day, Bill. You know, we started the mini camp on Tuesday, and Jordan Love came out, and when they went to the 11-on-11 team drills, you know, playing a little touch football, the accuracy was not there. That made some national headlines. That's the day the national media was here. So yesterday he regroups and starts throwing these bombs left and right downfield, one to MVS, one to A.J. Dillon, who looked great. He's like showing this catching radius like a tight end, hands in the air, bringing the ball in. And so offense was scoring touchdowns, and Jordan Love looked awesome. And he's getting 75% of the snaps. Today, the story changes. He's trying to send MVS down the sidelines, and 21, first-round draft pick, Eric Stokes, jumps on the ball, pick 6. So that, you know, the defense was looking for this stuff today.
Yep.
Then Alan Lazard is down the left-hand sidelines, and an undrafted kid goes up and deflects it. Number 34, Innis Gaines. And then Shamar Jean Charles, a ball gets the tip, and he gets the pick. And Zadarius Smith is like celebrating. Those guys are like they just, you know, won the NFC Championship. They're going crazy. So defense winning today so far.
So obviously no sighting of Aaron Rodgers, and they're concentrating on the guys that are in camp. Nothing really new to report other than the fact that James Jones said that he believes all of this is fixable. Mike, I got to ask you, we were talking about this earlier. Do you think, is there any indication that the Packers are in contact with Aaron Rodgers?
Let's see. Who did we talk to yesterday? Well, you know, I think Devontae said he had contact with him. One other player said that he'd had contact with him, but wouldn't say how long it's been. Okay. So, you know, the story seems to be the same. Like, you know, you talk to Rodgers. He's probably vague about what's going on. People respect that it's his business. But, you know, what Rodgers is doing to say, I care about you, I don't want to desert you. And he's keeping those friendships alive. But in terms of the real nitty gritty, I don't think these players know what's going on business wise and really where Rodgers' head is at, or quite frankly, why he's doing this.
So getting back to the guys on the field and Jordan Love, and you talk about sealing the day, it's shorts. More to it. Does he look smoother? Does he look more comfortable as opposed to what we saw out of him last year?
Right, and what we're learning about this is, first of all, he's learning, okay? But with each snap that we get to see, and they expose him to us in the media and the plays, is you're seeing more of the athleticism every day. I mean, he's fast and he's strong and he's 6'4", and then you start seeing that arm strength yesterday, slinging the ball. And then today, Bill, after a couple of those picks and, the defensive backs jumping on some of these receivers, he's got Juwan Wintry, one of these backup receivers, on a post pattern. They're in the red zone. He comes across, and Love sees he's pretty much got him wide open, but a rocket, a dart over the middle of about 25 yards. So now we're starting to get to see that. But, of course, the thing that's all the difference is, okay, so you got an athletic quarterback. Well, 4 years ago, the Chicago Bears had an athletic quarterback, but he just couldn't figure out the game, and that's Mitchell Trubisky, or even Deshaun Kaiser. And that's going to take years to know. But the question is, between now and September, is he going to be able to pick up a defense, run an offense enough to at least get through a game and keep you in a game? One thing I noticed yesterday in practice was he's really not using the cadence. It's just like set hut. But that, why? Because that's chapter 10. He's in chapter 2 in the book right now. He's just trying to get the ball snapped. He's not worried about pre-snap motions or reads or those kinds of things. He's just trying to run the play right now.
The other question, the knock on him was that he doesn't throw guys open. He threw to wide open receivers. Is he throwing guys open or into tight windows?
You know what? I don't think and certainly with those picks today, those are like bad decisions.
Right.
Those guys are onto him. They're double teaming. With each day, you start to see a little bit more slow down and a progression. Right now, he's just trying to get the ball out of his hands and hit the target. And, that's where he's checking off the boxes. But in terms of throwing a guy open, I haven't really seen that yet. I think he pretty much just comes to the line. I did see him today, tap on the hedge, that signal they make,
right.
like think or use your eyes. He did one of those. So see, with each snap, with each rep, he's slowing down and taking another longer look at the field and deciding where he's going to go with the football before the snap.
A.J. Dillon, this is a guy that's taken over for Jamal Williams, and not only is he going to have to be a running back, he's going to have to be a pass catcher and a guy that's going to have to defend via blitz pickup. So you tell me, how does he look?
Well, that's the thing is that we're seeing here, because, we don't have pads, so we can't talk about how he's going to be crushing guys when he runs with the football. We just got that Titans game to go on. But we were all wowed on how good he was coming out of the backfield, catching balls, and even lining him up wide and setting him down the field. I mean, he looks like, they can use him like a tight end if they want to. And that's what's really encouraging, is how good his hands are.
Mike, good stuff as always. Anything else that you're going to be paying attention to that we should know about?
No, just, there's a couple more plays to talk about like that. Deflected balls on the defensive side. Mason Crosby's out here kicking field goals. J.K. Scott had a couple of punts yesterday. And our offensive line, with Elton Jenkins out because of this COVID thing, and I just talked to a team official about that. Doesn't mean he tested positive. Might have meant, you get those 20 questions. Have you been in contact with anybody that tested COVID? If you had to say yes to one of those questions, that's why they're not letting you into the building. But Billy Turner playing the left tackle. But the thing that we're interested about in terms of offensive line and the depth there is this Ben Braden guy that they've been using a lot more. He's kind of come to the forefront. So it looks like they've got themselves a solid sixth offensive lineman and tackle for that right now we're keeping our eyes on. That's good news for the offensive line.
Hey, real quick, when we talk about some of the guys that we may not be as familiar with, they signed Devondre the other day. Yesterday, I think, making that official, if I'm not mistaken. Devondre Campbell.
Yeah, Campbell. Yeah, he's a big dude. Falcons, and then 1 year with the Cardinals. His plus side is he's available. Like, he's started every game. You know what? He's Oren Burks. He's a guy that the Falcons drafted. He never quite broke in, as a standout starter. So they moved on. Cardinals used him last year, mostly special teams. He's kind of like another Oren Burks, adds depth. Probably your special teams. We'll see if he's like 27 years old now, if he's, they are building that interior defense around Chris Barnes, the kid who won that job, the undrafted kid, and played in the championship game with the club on him. Kirk Alvendati, inside linebacker coach today, that's his lead dog, and everybody, Kamal Martin, the rest are following behind him.
Mike, great stuff. Appreciate it. We'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you, Billy. Appreciate it.
See you, buddy. Talk to you soon. There you go. That is our good buddy and a terrific reporter. Great addition to the Bill Michael Sports Talk Network, our own Mike Clemens, our green and gold insider up at Lambeau Field. Lambeau Field, by the way, which is going to be back to full capacity as the NFL and the Packers and such have all announced that they want to have full capacity at all their stadiums. But we know in Green Bay, Lambeau Field will be full come the beginning of the season. Will be full come the beginning of the season, and can't wait to have. I don't know what that's going to mean for us in the media as far as getting into press boxes and stuff, but I know for you, it's kind of the we'll see you there. Just come on up and if you've been vaccinated, great. If you haven't, you're on cautions, but we're going to be back to full capacity at Lambeau Field at the start of this upcoming season. Let's do this. We'll step away. We'll take a quick break. I want to get back into the discussion for this, specifically in the last hour of the show. I want to talk again about all of this when it comes to the solution. We know a lot of the problems that Aaron Rodgers has, we'll say, speculatively, with the front office. So what is the solution? More of the Bill Michael Show is next.
Ready? This is the Bill Michael Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
When you're looking for the best value on 24 and 30 packs of your favorite beer brands, look no further than your neighborhood Quick Trip. Miller Lite, Bud Light, Busch Light, Coors Light, Quick Trip has the lowest legal beer prices in the state of Wisconsin for your summer outings, tailgates, and cookouts. And you're shopping for your favorite beer brands. Check out our fresh meat case, brats, burgers, chops, steaks, premium meats, all at great prices. Quick Trip, we got you covered, Wisconsin.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Welcome back. Hey, don't forget, if you're out and about this week and you're going to look to do some riding, maybe you have a motorcycle, maybe you don't. Maybe you want to trade it in. Maybe you want to upgrade. Maybe you just want your first one, whatever it may be. Wisconsin Harley-Davidson in Oconomowoc, just south of 94, right there on Highway 67. They got it going on. WISHD.com. Go to WISHD.com, whether it's motor clothes, parts, accessories, service that you need done. Don't forget to check. They had a big night last night, too, with Bike Night, their first Bike Night out there, concert series that they had going on. Go to WISHD.com for and that is going to be, we are going to have some announcements hopefully in the next week regarding our ride, but keep Sunday, September 5th open. Please keep Sunday, September 5th open as we ride for Fisher House, Wisconsin, and Wisconsin Harley-Davidson, a big sponsor, big part of that as well. So please keep that open. Keep it in mind. WISHD.com. That is WISHD.com. So we get into the resolve issue of this. How does this get resolved? To use Adam Schefter's words, Aaron Rodgers' resolve has never been stronger when it comes to not returning to the Green Bay Packers. Then again, James Jones says this is fixable, and it's about certain things like letting players go too soon, the draft and develop, talking about different players and different abilities. So what, coming up here in this next hour, I want to talk about what is the resolution to this. If you are the general manager, what is the resolution to all of this? What is the resolution? Just asking. By the way, the Reds and the Brewers, they are in a rain delay. We talked about that earlier, that there was a lot of scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area down in Cincinnati as they started that game. And sure enough, fourth inning, here came the rain. Here come the rains. And, man, it was coming down. It was coming down in buckets a little while ago. So, but what, in your opinion, is the resolution? What is the resolution, in your opinion, to all of this? We'll lay it all out for you just after the top of the hour. Stay tuned. By the way, our buddy Danny says, hey, no, nay. The Bucs aren't done. The Bucs aren't done. Remember what Toronto did to us when they were up early in the series? No. The Bucs are not done. Stay tuned. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up after this.
Crisp red apples with fresh strawberries. Cider Boy Strawberry Magic Hard Cider.
the program. How we looking? Bill Michaels Show continues on this Thursday, and the Brewers and the Reds at this point in time stuck in a rain delay down in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark. And Brewers, by the way, tied with the Reds 1-1, top of the fifth. That's where things are. Let me ask you this. June 25th is the, quote, reopening day for American Family Field and the Brewers. Would it even feel like it? Is it just another day to say, hey, we're going to try to take off and go drink and party? Does it even feel like a, quote, reopening day? Now, it's a Friday. That's a Friday. So, I mean, it could start your 3-day weekend if you choose to do so. But you know what I mean? Does it even feel like it? I don't know. 877-867-1670. Oh, my goodness. I was watching the highlights of the Brewers and the Reds. And early on in this game against Freddie Peralta, Joey Votto. No, this is just a highlight because the game's tied at 1 and they're in a rain delay. But Joey Votto goes yard. And when he did, some little kid out in the right center field bleachers this little kid in a Reds jersey left his mom, and it's a sparse crowd out there, but he left his mom and he goes down the aisle and he leans over to catch the home run. He caught it. But when the ball hit his glove, he's so little, the momentum, I guess, kind of jerked his arm down, and he fell over the seats. He fell over the seats. And he goes down. This little kid, he's holding up the ball like, look at me, I caught it, which is great. I mean, that's enthusiastic baseball, if you will. I mean, it's just, I don't know how to put it. It's just being a kid again at the ballpark. It's a great highlight. It's got to be on one of the top 10. It's got to be one of the top 10 plays.
It's a top 5 feeling in the world, though.
Oh, my God. It's fantastic. Did you see it, Ben?
Yeah, I saw it earlier.
Oh, my goodness. That is awesome. I had not seen that yet. That is absolutely awesome. As this kid just goes diving over these seats so he can get the home run ball from Joey Votto. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All right, this hour of the program, since okay. Aaron Rodgers, according to James Jones, has an issue. He said, going through this, he said, it's not about money. Not about money. And it's not about the draft pick. And he is not calling for the general manager to be fired. Okay? He's also got an issue with draft and develop. He doesn't have a problem with it, but when you do develop players, some of these really good guys, this team lets them go too soon. And as James Jones put it, there's some veterans that could have helped these younger guys. I still to this day remember going into that locker room during that Super Bowl run, talking to Tremont Williams, a young guy at the time, him and Sam Shields, and saying, how did you guys get so good so fast? They pointed over to Charles Woodson, in which I said, what are you talking about? Just because he's on the field? And they said, no, he's the one off the field that took us under his wing, taught us how to study. Physically, I mean, Tremont Williams went through the whole diatribe. Physically, we're gifted enough to be here and be NFL players, but he taught us how to study and technique. So the veterans showing the young guys what to do. So Aaron Rodgers says, look, draft and develop is fine, but when you develop somebody, you got to keep them. Secondly, it's about wanting a little bit more of a voice at the table. And thirdly, it's the character in which you treat some of these guys. Okay. So if this is all it is, then how does this get resolved? Resolved? Let's go to Kelly in New London. Wants to talk some Packers football. Kelly, how you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. How about you, Bill?
I am doing great today. What's on your mind?
Well, I think you nailed it on the head. Rodgers just wants a voice. Goody doesn't have the rapport with the players. He's not allowed to have that with the players. He's running a business. Rodgers knows these players, and he just wants a voice to be heard in the decision making. He doesn't want to make the decision, but he wants to be a part of that and letting the people who are making those decisions know what he sees on the field. And Goody just has to. He's got to let his ego down a little bit, and Rodgers needs to come to the table and say, "Hey, he sees what Brady's doing with the Buccaneers and how they got to where they got to last year, and I think Brady was heard by the Buccaneers, and I think Rodgers." I think he saw that last year, and they got beat by that. And he wants the same thing. And it's as easy as that. The two sides have to come together and talk about it. I mean, and I agree with James Jones. I think it's fixable. I don't agree with the other guys that are saying it's over. I just don't agree with that. So he would have. Rodgers hasn't said anything much, and to me that is the reason where I hold a lot of hope. So that's all. That's
okay.
That's where I stand.
No, fair enough. Appreciate it. Appreciate the phone call. Thanks, Kelly. Talk to you soon. As far as what we believe, I don't know if it's what we believe or what we want to believe. We want to believe that maybe James Jones is more correct because he has stated numerous times that I have talked to Aaron. So you tend to lean in that direction more. I know where Adam Schefter gets his information, and that's towards Aaron's representation. Now, what does the representation have to gain by saying his resolve has never been stronger? Well, it strengthens their bargaining position for whatever it is they're looking for. They could say we want more money. They could say we want out. We want better trade options. We want more of a voice at the table. Whatever they're negotiating, it is in their best interest to make it look as if Aaron Rodgers is not coming back. I wonder if it's like a lawyer type of thing, where Aaron says once he invokes his right to privilege for an attorney, I wonder if they have to go through the attorney. I wonder if they have to go through the agent, if they have to call up the agent, David Dunn, and say, hey, David, do you care if we give Aaron a call? Or if they can just call him and just say, hey, Aaron, what do you want? Aaron says, I want this, this, and this. And they say, okay, cool. Can we just call David, write this up, and get it over with? Okay, great. I wonder if that's how I don't know how this whole thing goes. I've always said, people tend to get all bent out of ultimately the attorneys, and now there's a legality to attorneys, but to agents and such, yeah, everybody works for you. If you're paying them, technically they work for you. So that you should be able to call the boss and say, what up? 877-867-1670. Hey, call the boss. Call the boss. His name's Todd. He's out there. He's the general manager of Skipper Bud's in Pewaukee, where they've got a huge selection of yachts and pontoons and fishing boats, new and used. They got all kinds of stuff out there. They really do. Everything in water sports and in jet boats, for that matter. The service department with Ryan and crew, they're top-notch. Top-notch. But if you want a deal on any kind of a yacht, a pontoon, smoker craft, starcraft, Tyga, Mastercraft, Four Winds Cruisers, whatever, they've got it. 888-334-6739. Ask for the Pewaukee location and ask for Todd. As for the Pewaukee location and as for Todd, they have got a great inventory. No matter where you are in the state of Wisconsin or beyond the borders, you're going to want to get to Skipper Bud's in Pewaukee. They have got a great selection of everything from pontoons to cruisers. You name it, they've got it. 888-334-6739. Get a hold of Todd. 888-334-6739. I don't know what between this would be my suggestion. You tell me. I don't know if I take Mark Murphy with me. That's the one guy that's not being mentioned in any of the context of Aaron Rodgers. Sometimes it's what's not mentioned is speaking the loudest. So I don't know if I take Mark Murphy with me. I think it's on Brian Gutekunst, and I go and say, Aaron, where do you want to meet? Where do you want to meet? I know we've talked, but I want to come and talk to you. Just you and me. And then say, I've heard your grievances. It's a real hard balance to justify keeping a guy or letting a guy go or signing a guy and knowing what you can sign down the road. I need you to appreciate where I'm at. But I'm coming here stating the same about you. What is your problem? Okay. Is it not the money? Okay. Well, then let's figure that out. Because we'll come to that last. Your other issue is Jordy, Charles, whomever. Look, you needed David Bakhtiari here. David's a good friend. We kept David. He's still at the top of his game. We're working to keep Devontae. We want to keep Devontae. Obviously, you're making a bunch. We want to keep you. We want to be able to sign Jair. We paid Kenny. These players that are starting to really become viable through our system, we want to hang on to. David was through our system. Devontae was through our system. Kenny was through our system. Jair is through our system. We want to keep these guys here. Elkin is turning out to be a mauler. We want to keep these guys here. Aaron Jones, through our system. We brought him back. What do you want us to do? And then listen. Okay. So we'll do our best to keep these guys. I don't know. It's not that I'm going to come down and discuss every deal monetarily with you, but if we can keep them and there's a way to do it, we'll do it. Okay. We'll do it to the best of our ability. And if, I'm not necessarily, I'm going to come down and ask for permission of every deal, but we can at least, in fairness, we can at least say, okay, look, you've earned the right to get a heads up on certain things. Okay. Next. What else do you want? Well, I'd like to have what Tom has. Okay, well, look, if it's a matter of sending you some tape on wide receivers and running backs and such in the National Football League and who you think can get the job done, see if we're on the same page, maybe you start your scouts together. See how maybe you see you don't. Okay. What else? And you go through that negotiation. Look, if you've got a personal problem with me, what I do that we're both men here. We both have jobs to do. What can we do? What can I do for us to work together? Okay, I got to listen to you. That's what I'm here for. If you do all of that, you go through all of that, and Aaron still says, you know what, I don't want to play for you. That's when you say, look, we don't want to give you up. We just don't. We want you to be here. There's reasons to be here. One is we give you a really good shot at winning. Two, the offense, you have become a master at this. There's no sense in going somewhere else right now and learning it all over again. Not that you can't, but there's no sense in doing that and wasting 2 more years of your career trying to get into a system right away to get it all to fit for you so you have this season and then another season to try to get to a Super Bowl. 3, you get along well with Coach LaFleur. You guys appreciate each other. It's a good relationship. Okay. 4, we believe that we're going to give you things here that you may not get elsewhere. And 5 is we're paying you a lot of money. We want to end this. And if that point Aaron doesn't want to come back or doesn't want to talk, then you just say, well, this is it. There's nothing more for me to say. We'll do everything we can, but there's nothing more for me to say. This is now completely up to you. If you want something else, you need something else, let me know. That's it. And if he doesn't want to come back after that, well, between some of his relationships and family and the schism between him and the Packers, then you just look at a guy and say, you know what? You are somebody who is unwilling to bend in a different direction, and you have become and will be known as the most petulant, disgustingly childlike baby anybody's ever witnessed. Because anybody that wrongs you has wronged you for life, and there is no burying of the hatchet unless you want to bury it in their back. And then you let him go. And you don't give him what he wants. You don't do that. No. Because even though you want to get a lot for him, you'll get a lot for him anywhere. So I think what you do is you try to bury him in some franchise to say, you know what, go there for a year and fight your way out of it. Talk to you later. At that point, I don't know what you do. You could always do the classy thing and say, okay, look, we'll give you Denver. Go ahead. See what you can do. Enjoy the rest of your career. And then write a memoir about the dealings with Aaron Rodgers and how he really indeed was the problem. 877-867-1670, 877-867-1670. But I think you do anything and everything you can to get this thing back on track. Stay tuned. More of the Bill Michaels Show right after this.
This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Welcome back. I gave you my dissertation as to how to bring Aaron Rodgers back into the fold. If that doesn't work, I don't know what will. I couldn't tell you. I don't know what will bring him back. Your thoughts, 877-867-1670. Quick Trip. I'll tell you this. Maybe you give him a Quick Trip franchise. Aaron will give you a Quick Trip franchise. How about that? That'd make me come back. Quick Trip's that good. The official fuel provider to the brand new big unit cruiser. And they are the convenience store of Sponsor. The only convenience store we use here at the Bill Michaels Sports Talk Network. Love them. And they are the big food supplier of the gathering coming up next weekend out of Road America. They are taking care of the tailgate party. It's going to be a hell of a tailgate party. That and Robert's Specialty Meats. I'm heading down to Robert's today, as a matter of fact. I'm thinking the ribs on a stick. Yeah, I might do that tonight. And then I got to pick up 40. Count them 40 pounds of ribs on a stick. 40 pounds of ribs on a stick for next weekend's tailgate as well. So our friends at Quick Trip, they are huge, big-time supporters. They are your convenience store for summer. The lowest legal beer prices on your favorite 24 and 30 packs all summer long, including Bud Light, which is the official beer sponsor of the Bill Michaels Sports Talk Network. Love them. Absolutely love them. Love Quick Trip in every facet. I am disappointed they took down the Tobacco Outlet Plus grocery here near my house. But I have been told they're building a brand new, bigger Quick Trip in its place. That has me giddy. I got to admit, I'm giddy over that. So I'm looking forward to that big time. Big time. 877-867-1670. Josh says, sitting back, relaxing, was going to watch the Brewers game, just popped a Bud Light and the rains came. This sucks. Josh, see, it's a Thursday and it's midday, you're drinking already. So my advice to you would be to say, you know what? Drink another one. Drink another one. The game's going to start up here in a little while again, from what I understand. So drink another one. Right? No problem. No problem. There you go. Good stuff. Travis says, I can only hope that Gutekunst and Rodgers just listen to your breakdown. Nice job and spot on. Tony says, so all along you have ripped the Packers on this, and now you're saying that Rodgers is being a baby? When I called in when this all started, I told you not to blame the GM, and you said that you had your sources on this, and they were right, and Rodgers had the right to be upset. He does. Tony, you're taking something from a month ago and not listen to things during the fluidity of this. He has a right to be pissed. The organization has done things that have been mind-boggling. They just have. For a draft and develop organization, you can't pay everybody. I get it, but they have let good players walk. They've cut them loose early on. I completely side with Rodgers. I think there's always an effort to do that one extra thing. I'm not saying anything giant, but there is always a time you can bring in somebody extra. How many times do I listen to fans scream for a player to say this guy would fit, this guy would fit, this guy would fit, and the Packers have a hole there or a need there or an injury there or what have you, and the Packers don't do anything. You can always hedge your bets. You completely missed the point. I said, if the Packers as an organization do everything they can to go and eliminate all of the objections of Aaron Rodgers, and then he holds out, he's the most petulant baby there is. Because of all the reasons I stated. You completely missed the point. But am I upset with the organization? You bet your sweet ass I am. I've never wavered from that. What I've said is, Aaron, if you don't understand this man by now, you have to be an absolute effing idiot. He will take slights. He will take snubs. He will take not being involved in conversations. He will take something set off the cuff about him. He will put it in this mental Rolodex that he has, and it will stack until it blows. And it blew. Yeah, I've never wavered from any of that. But what I said was, if you want to make this a true effort in resolution, you fly out there, you say, what can I do to make this better? You have to understand who you're dealing with. By the way, they're just now taking the tarp off of the field in Cincinnati. Just an FYI. So you do all of that. And if you do all of that and he still doesn't come back and he still wants to, like hold you to this, you've wronged me standard, well, then Aaron Rodgers is an ass. Okay? He's an incredibly talented guy, but as a person, he's an ass. Okay? But all of this has been, nobody stacked this angst. This is these are the organizations, these are the actions of the organization. A 30-second phone call to Clay Matthews to say, hey, by the way, talk to you later. This guy gave a lot. He won you a championship. He was the Reggie White to Brett Favre that he was to Aaron Rodgers. So yeah, you give guys a little more respect. You have character. Uh, 877-867-1670. And Aaron says, how does this A-Rod problem compare to Carson Palmer in Cincinnati? Boy, that's a great question. Carson Palmer, Cincinnati's organization, let me step back a minute. I said the day that I left Cincinnati, my last day on the air, I was on the same airwaves. I was on a radio station there, and actually I worked with Chris Collinsworth, and I was discussing certain things, and I said, when I left there, my very last broadcast, I said, the Cincinnati Bengals will never come close to winning a championship as long as Mike is the owner of this team. He does not value players. He does not know how to scout talent. When you run things, when your budget is based business, when your team is based off of your business plan rather than your business plan based off of your team, you will never win anything. You may catch lightning in a bottle and have a limited amount of success, but you're never going to win anything. Because if you are not focused on playing the best baseball, basketball, football you can play, and then realizing that success on the court, success on the field breeds money. If that is not your mentality, you are never going to be a winner. Not in professional sports, you're not. Because it takes draft, develop, retention, free agent to put you over the top. So you either have to have an unbelievable scouting system and drafting capability, of which he didn't. Mike Brown stated his general manager was a three-headed monster. It was Katie Brown, his daughter, who's a lawyer, Mike, who's an idiot, and Marvin Lewis, who was the head coach. How the hell can Marvin Lewis go out and scout anybody? He's the head coach of a football team. That was the three-headed monster, and they didn't draft well. And then they went on the cheap. The majority of really good players, when it came time to get paid, They wanted the hell out of there. Run like a Mickey Mouse organization. I wish at times there were things more laxed in Green Bay, like they are run in Cincinnati. But overall, as the business side of things go regarding team and player personnel, it's a joke. It's not until recently, till other people got involved and Mike started to age, to where people began to, kind of voice their opinion and have a say in that organization, then things have at least started to look a little bit better. But it's a Cincinnati curse. You pick it's good. Joe Burrow goes down with an injury. He's done for the season. It's the Cincinnati curse. So that's a whole different scenario. Carson Palmer wanted out because they sucked. He knew they weren't going to get any better. They didn't have a chance at competing with the likes of Pittsburgh, who had this. Behind the scenes, you don't get a chance to see this, but behind the scenes, each team that comes into Lambeau Field, they have a whole section of the press box. Each team does. Scouts, front office, player personnel, PR, media. There's 15 to 20 people they bring. Every team does it. The Bengals, they bring like 3. You know why? Because one, they want everybody on the plane. They don't want to fly 2 planes, and they don't want to pay for the extra rooms in the hotel. They won't fly people and have forward scouts and all of that kind of stuff because they don't want to pay the $200 a night or $250 a night hotel rate. That's why he wanted out. It's about the details, the little things. They're cheap. Do you realize they're a cold weather climate team? Because their climate and their weather, their temperatures aren't that different from ours. They get about an extra month and a half to 2 months of warmer weather than we do. But come October, November, December, January, when we're cold, they're cold. Do you realize they're the only northern climate team that does not have a bubble to practice in? Their practice facility is a yard next to the stadium. And because Mike Brown doesn't want to pay for a bubble or the additions to run a bubble, he refuses to build one. UW-Madison has a bubble. Ohio State has a bubble. The Packers have the Hudson Center. Mike Brown refuses to build one. Carson Palmer wanted out because they were never going to win, because that is one cheap-ass organization. They are a joke. Have been, will be, continue to be, until the fedora-wearing Mike Brown dies. They just are. That's just the way the family runs the business. 877-8. Hopefully that explains it. 877-867-1670. 877-867-1670. Stay tuned. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up.
Covering Wisconsin sports like a blanket. This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
How we looking? Bill Michaels here for the Four Seasons Island Resort in Pembine, Wisconsin. And I've got to tell you, when I want to get away for a long weekend, I head to the Four Seasons Island Resort. It's Northeast Wisconsin's best-kept secret, and the amenities include a 9-hole golf course, indoor saltwater swimming pool, sauna, whirlpool, tennis courts, basketball, horseshoe pits, volleyball, and when you're hungry, choose from the Boundary Water Sports Bar and Grill, Lily's Ice Cream Parlor, or fine dining in the Diamond Room. How about all of that? All Marinette County ATV and UTV trails are wide open this year. Guided waterfall tours as well. It's tucked into the North Woods of Wisconsin. The Four Seasons Island Resort is located on the Muscano Island and surrounded by the beautiful Menominee River, which divides Wisconsin and the UP of Michigan. An island you can actually drive to. How about that? It's simply gorgeous there. Whether it's a romantic weekend for two, a golf weekend with the boys, or an adventure weekend for the entire family, Four Seasons Island Resort is a place to go. Book your getaway today at thefourseasonswi.com. That's thefourseasonsfourwi.com, and make sure you tell them Bill Michaels sent you.
Bill Michaels will resume in 5 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 4 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
The rumor came out what San Francisco was offering him. Looking back, I would say they probably made a mistake by not taking that deal because they would have gotten Garoppolo, a starting quarterback that Love could maybe play under, or if he beats him out, fine. And Rodgers with his new fiance and the Jeopardy deal and everything in California, fine. It would have maybe been a good time to go. But anything now that comes up, I definitely would not trade him. I'd let him sit out a year. Let him sit out a year and we'll give Love a chance to play. But I certainly I don't think anybody's going to give you as good a deal as what they could have had from San Francisco, in my opinion. So if he wants to sit out a year, let him sit out a year, and we'll go from there.
Well, here's the problem, though, is he's a 37-year-old guy going to be 38. That means he's going to be 38, going to be 39, and then he's been out of football for a year. What is his value going to be?
Well, that's if he doesn't want to play there, why trade him? Why let him play next year then if he doesn't want to play for the Packers? I mean, he's under contract, and if we're just going to say, well, we're not going to get as much cut here, I see anybody as far as, I guess, if he sits out a year, I'd wait until the following year's schedule came out before I trade him again, because as soon as he gets traded to a team, you're going to find that team playing the Packers on their schedule. Right. If he sits out a year, the 22 schedule comes out, you trade him to a team that's not on your schedule. That means Love's in a second year of experience, and by the time these schedulers want to put Rodgers against the Packers, Love's into his third year of possibly starting if he's good enough to beat somebody out. But that's just kind of the way I'm looking at things. And I know you've talked about Kumro and Lindsley and those guys. I think it's really Bush. I think if the Packers, Kumro, like you said, Rodgers came out and spoke highly of him, and the next week he's gone. And you would think the front office would talk to the quarterback on how his receivers are doing and what's going on and who he would prefer at that time. And then with Lindsley, it is just hardly make any comments to him or thank him for his years of service. And it's his business, yeah. But if they didn't take any time to thank the guy for his year of service, that's just Bush League too. So I guess those are some points that I guess I'd draft. But if Rodgers isn't going to play for the Packers this year, I wouldn't have him play for anybody.
Okay. No, I appreciate it, man.
That's my feeling.
Thanks, Jack. Talk to you soon. He's listening to us in Eau Claire Sports Talk. I tried to say 105 like an idiot. It's just 105.1. Okay. WAYY. There's a staunchness to this that says we are not going to give in. And I get it. I agree with you. On principle, I agree with you. The reality is you don't want to have a Hall of Famer MVP sitting and not getting you anything. By the way, the Reds just scored. They're up 2-1. They get a base hit on an infield hit. Castillo, the pitcher, comes up, drops down a beautiful sacrifice bunt, moves the runner to second. Winker, right after that, base hit, pass shortstop into left field, scores the run. Imagine that, playing small ball to get a run. Who'd have thunk it? Boy, that comment was just dripping with sarcasm too, wasn't it? You could just feel it. It's like all over you. I've gooed everywhere. More of the Bill Michaels Show coming up next.
Covering Wisconsin sports like a blanket. This is the Bill Michaels Show on the Wisconsin Sports Zone Radio Network.
Bill Michaels will resume in 3 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 2 minutes. Bill Michaels will resume in 1 minute. Bill Michaels will resume in 30 seconds.
Give us a shout. So, Devin Funchess, the wide receiver that did not play last year, he was asked about what was it like just to get back to football after opting out of last season.
Oh, no, I was excited. It was eager. I was anxious for last week just to get back around, like big grown men, the team, and the camaraderie, just the atmosphere. So it was good to be back out there, getting acclimated to the guys, looking at body language and seeing their personality. So it was good. It was fun.
Then he was discussing, after the injuries and then opting out, and did he have any time to kind of consider, maybe he thought about retiring at some point?
Nah, so it was just family over everything, So my family was going through some things. I felt it was best for me to be there for my family. So I'm ready to play. I'm 27 years old. It's nothing to question. I'm about to step into my prime probably this year, next year, whatever it is. I don't know what it is, how the doctors say it, but I'll play football.
Ready to play football. I'm going to play some football. He was also asked, you come off injury, you opted out, you had a whole season to kind of watch football. How did you spend your time?
Was just taking everything in and just happened to be like a regular 26-year-old in the world. So I just kind of figured out how to diversify my portfolio. And then to stay in shape, I did all type of things. I just put the basketball videos up. That's all that was. So going in there competing with legends, like Hall of Famers, NBA champions, it was good. It was fun just to get me in that same realm as the the football, but they're not as aggressive as us. So it was good. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted. Ronnie Taylor, man, that's like my big brother who saved me. So it was good. It was fun. I appreciated that experience.
In addition to that, he had relatives, in case you didn't know, he did have people in his family that actually had COVID. So he said, he was asked, what was it like dealing with the family members who did indeed have COVID?
Just dealing with the unknown, it was different, and I respected other people's decisions, but I took my decision in my own hands. And the mental strain that I had to deal with is something I can't even explain to y'all. Y'all probably wouldn't even be ready for that because I don't know, but I'm here now. I play football. My grandfather gave me the blessing to play this year, so my grandfather is going to see his show. That's all it is.
That's all it is. That's the way they're doing it. So there you go. A few of the comments there from Devin Funchess. One more before we get out of here. But he was also how he spent time working on himself during the time off.
I just got connected with God, got baptized, got focused on my purpose, understand that I got to provide for my family. I made it out of the struggle to understand that I need to make another sacrifice to put myself in a better situation. So that's what I did. I made a sacrifice, didn't collect a check, and got my mental right and was ready to go. Like I'm ready to go. Like it's been a long time. And it's just a blessing just to be able to have the opportunity to play with these guys with the G on my helmet. So just talking to Tay, Lazard, MVS, Amari, everybody in the Wild Hog room, really, it's just they've been welcoming. So it's been good, and it's been good. It's been fun. I just appreciate the opportunity and the guys on the team.
So there you go. That's Devin Funchess and some of the things that he had to say yesterday after he met with the media. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to wrap up the week. We're going to talk a lot, I would assume, hopefully, about a Bucs victory. Otherwise, we're going to talk about the beginning of the end of the Milwaukee Bucks and then what to do now. Certainly hope that we're talking about a resurgence of Giannis and something to look forward to coming up in Game 4. Brewers and Reds. Reds right now 2-1 over the Brewers, top of the 6th, and Castillo pitched through the rain delay. He has come out still. He's balling. So we'll give you the update there. Also, Travis Shaw put on the IL today, so which is disappointing, but you kind of knew it was happening after you find out that he had that separated shoulder. Also tomorrow, final hour of the program, we're going to talk with Mike Clemens for quite some time, at least about a half an hour, if not more, as we're going to break down the Packers minicamp beginning to end, and then we'll continue to discuss what this team needs to do to move forward. The guys that are actually on the field. We'll highlight some of the players that maybe are making a name for themselves. Hey, speaking of things on the field, the Packers have stated today, making it all completely official, but they do plan on having a full capacity house for fans when it comes to training camp. It's going to be open to fans, and family night's going to return. Today, they confirmed all the plans a year after they, limited fan participation because of the coronavirus pandemic. The pandemic isn't completely set aside, but even the shareholders meeting set for 11 a.m. July 26th in Lambeau Field, the meeting will be held rain or shine, and fans are encouraged. Obviously, the owners are encouraged to come. So there you go. There you go. We're back, baby. We're back. Good stuff today. Ben Kenny, you're off to the AmFam tomorrow, right?
Yep.
There you go. Ben Kenny won't be here. Nelson will be. I'll be here. And we'll all reconvene in 20 hours from now. Until then, time for us to go. Have a good one.